Hi, everybody. It's our morning show.
Morning
How are you?
show.
How are you today, Brother Pike?
Pretty good. I'm just waiting on an appointment to get over. I had a little bit of time to kill. I don't know if I have 10 minutes or an hour and 10 minutes. I think I have closer to an hour and 10 minutes. So I figured I would get on here and say hello and see if anybody wants to come talk about the good things of God.
Uh,
So to all you lovely people out there, please join us.
uh, uh, what time would you like to have that show today?
I'm hoping we can do 7:30 if that's not too late for you.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, last night was crazy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been a bunch of ridiculosity lately.
Tell us more of your great whites, Brother Pike.
I wish I had plenty of great wideness to share, my brother.
Uh, who's in the comments? And this is a Christian channel.
Hello, Spooky Bed here. I have seen you on Missing Mod stream before, and it's a pleasure to have you. Please feel free to ask us questions. Mainly easy questions, because I can't handle none of them hard questions.
Uh,
But yes, to answer your question, this is a Christian broadcast. Our dear brother Logan here hosts me a lot on his channel to do gospel teachings and things of that sort. This is not a formal teaching this morning, but we will be having one tonight at 7:30 Eastern.
oh, he said hello.
Well, hello to you. You're more than welcome to join the panel if you'd like.
Uh, Brother Pike. Yeah, crazy last night. But I want to ask you something, Brother Pike. Uh, did everything go good on your channel when we shared on there?
Yeah, it went great. I started a new playlist on the Highways of Home channel for these things that are being broadcasted like this going forward. So we will be adding those to that playlist. So anybody who follows the Highways of Home YouTube channel going forward from our most recent teaching, all these will be available on a playlist on that channel under the title. I think it's called YouTube Teachings or something like that. It should be obvious which playlist it is. But it went good. We actually had a few more subscribers to the Highways of Home channel, which was nice because I haven't had any activity on that channel for quite some time. So, hoping to revitalize it a little bit. Where are you up to today?
Nothing. Not so much.
Starting to rain here.
Oh, yeah. I also made it where I what they called I'm not only share like advertise your channel on my
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, you, Brother Mark, and all of them. These are two other channels from this one friend of mine. I helped him save his kid from abuse. His name Brenton. He has a venture channel. Oh, oh. What do you think?
I think it's always good to save people from abuse, obviously. Um, Spooky Bed Hair. I know Claude, and Claude is my buddy, but I don't have a way of contacting Claude. So if you have any way of contacting him, let him know that we'll be live this evening. I try to let everybody
Oh,
know that, but I don't have Claude's email or anything.
I do. I sent him an email link to our show.
Oh, okay, great, wonderful. Um, if Claude is streaming later today, I don't know if I'll be able to hop on his stream or not. I'll probably be tied up once this appointment is over. And then I won't be back, of course, till 7:30 tonight. But wish him well on his stream, obviously. It's very rainy.
Wow.
There's like a whole hurricane coming in.
Oh no.
It's coming.
But your brother Mark.
Well,
Brother Pike.
yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I am, Brother Mark.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm sure.
Uh oh, yeah, that show last night was crazy.
Yeah, what all happened again?
Uh Aiden and Dan got into it.
That was. Oh yeah, I do remember that actually. Aiden and Dan getting into it is about as common as the sun coming up in the morning. But
Yeah, it
Dan
was
seems to want to get into it with everybody lately. He's been starting fights with everybody.
yeah, that's it was so crazy last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I meant to tell him is would be offended if someone called him an handicapped person, the R word, but besides that, if they don't say something like that, I don't really care if someone uses it.
Yeah, I mean,
You,
all that stuff is just, it's not really what people are arguing about. People have problems that are a lot deeper than somebody misspoke or somebody said something they didn't realize was entirely accurate, or all of that is surface level stuff. It's all vanity stuff. There are deeper problems that are the real problems, because if you notice that when two people don't really have deep seated issues, little things like that never come up between them. So those are not the real problems. When someone's like, "Well, you said this on this stream 45 days ago and you slipped up and said this when this was the actual truth." That's not how real people have problems with each other. So that's just a cover up for whatever the real problem is.
we think it's the real problem.
The real problem is that Dan wants everybody to go and respect the Proverbs Guys channel as a real ministry, and he's not able to make them do that. It frustrates him that he's not able to make people view it in the way that he wants them to view it.
Oh,
He
uh,
inherited a mess. The truth is, Dan inherited a mess. I mean, it's not really his; it's kind of all a fake thing. But he inherited a mess, and instead of starting to clean the mess up, he has just decided to keep on making it messier. So, I would say I feel for him, but I don't, because the damage is self inflicted.
that's crazy. But what what happened between you and Dan?
Last night he does this thing about once a week now where he just starts sending me a whole bunch of messages, and last night it got uglier and uglier until he eventually decided to drag Tammy into it, and so I just cut him off and blocked him.
Oh,
He's been doing that lately. He did it to Aiden the other day with Brianna, and then he tried to do it with me last night.
you tried bringing up all that what happened between. Oh, I didn't know that happened between you two last night. Oh,
Yeah, last night he started to bring up my wife, so I just blocked him.
oh, sorry about that. Why did he try to do that?
I don't know. I can't assume what somebody else is thinking, but Dan's been crossing some lines with people lately that he hasn't. He didn't used to do that. It's behavior that I haven't seen from him in the past, and so I just decided to block him before it got ugly because I didn't want it to get ugly.
Um, sorry
So I
about
mean, I
that.
hate it. It sort of just is what it is. But I really wish Dan would listen. I've tried to talk to him so many times. He inherited a mess. Stephen Bolin, obviously being the human disaster that he is, had totally destroyed that channel, and so nobody respects that channel anymore. Half the hosts leave on bad terms. Nobody ever leaves on good terms. And when Steven realized that he wasn't going to do any better and it was destroying the channel, he decided to do this whole fake thing about putting Dan in charge and letting Dan fix things. But really, all he was doing was making Dan the fall guy because he had already destroyed the channel and he just wanted somebody else to blame it on, somebody else to be responsible. So he made Dan the fall guy. And so now Dan's falling. I mean, it's just what Dan needs to do is either leave that channel and make right what he has made wrong with so many people, or he needs to stay there and make that stuff right and try to actually take the channel in a different direction. He could do either one of those things would be good because there are some good people on that channel. Ryan is a decent guy. Andrew is a decent guy. This Tim guy seems like a pretty decent guy from what I can tell. So there are some decent people who frequent the channel. Obviously, that younger guy, Jeremiah, is a very nice, very decent person. So there's a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of potential there. But they just, when you have leadership like that, it's kind of like the old scripture when the blind follow the blind, they all fall in the ditch. It doesn't matter how good the followers are if they're following somebody who's blind, they're following in the wrong direction. And so I've tried to have that conversation with people in the past. But Steven is still in charge of that channel, obviously. But not only that, he started to get Dan to think and behave the way that he does. So even if Steven were not in charge, the channel would still be going in the same direction because Dan is starting to emulate Steven's bad behaviors. So I can't say that I feel for him because I don't, because their damages are self-inflicted. But I do wish I could reason with them. I do wish that I could get them to see what the problem was.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, that's sad. I hope. All right. But sorry. Yeah, that. I think he's still. I'm not sure. Who's joined? Oh, guess who joined?
Is that Schwade and Schwinden?
The Schwan and Schwanley.
Oh, hey, I finished part 3 and barely started part 4.
Well, yeah. What do you think? Like, tell me what your
You know,
thoughts are so far.
I know this is gonna sound weird because I'm like an hour and a half into it, but I'm still not solidified on my thoughts. Um,
No,
the
that's
book is.
okay.
Let me say this: the book is beautifully written, which I think is very obvious. Whoever wrote this book was a very skilled writer. Um, Now I'm starting to see a little bit of the plot points come forward very slowly, and obviously it's some
I,
sort of dystopian thing. Um, but I'll tell you this, and this may be a problem with me, so I'm not stating that this is the book, but it does seem to drag a bit.
well, you see, I think that's the point, in my opinion. The point
Okay.
of the book is not to hold your hand in any way, shape, or form. I think that it was very much so written as much as possible to be a slice of these people's lives in a very unapologetic way, where, yeah, you do see a lot of minute details in the father and the boy's life while they're going about their day to day lives, just trying to survive. But
Yeah.
I think the idea is that the scenario they're in isn't clearly explained, and that's intentional.
Okay.
You're supposed to fill in those gaps for yourself. You're supposed to,
I'm kind of gathering some of that. Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the thing, is what I really appreciate about it is where other books would almost shoehorn in expositional dialogue to try and make you understand why these things are happening. It's very unapologetic in that nothing that the father or the boy say to each other feels that way. It doesn't feel like it was written by a writer. You know what I mean? It's
No,
meant
it's
to kind
it's
of feel natural.
some of the dialogue is really interesting because it's almost like he's trying to write more basic than his own ability, and it comes through as a bit obvious. Like he'll write lines between the characters that almost sound like a high school play line, and you can tell that he's doing it on purpose to veil details of the circumstances, like what you're talking about.
Well, and you lose a little bit of the uniqueness of the book when you listen to it on audiobook rather than read it, because if
I'm
you
sure
read the
that's
book,
true.
if you read the book, there is no actual quotation marks in the dialogue. It all just flows together.
Okay.
And that's once again an intentional choice on the author, because I think it's just trying to illustrate that this is a meta narrator that's telling you this tale about what's going on, but he's not going to tell you anything more than what he directly sees in that
No,
moment in
that's a
time.
good
And I
point.
think,
Is the narrator's knowledge is limited himself?
yeah, but it almost feels like he knows more than what he's letting on, but he's only giving you what he sees in front of you. And I think that creates a very compelling kind of storyline, so to speak, where you genuinely don't know what is going to happen. You
Yeah,
know, it
I've
really is
only
like a flying by the seat of your pants kind of thing, and I think it's meant to be that way to kind of put you a little bit in the shoes of the father and the child. Like, they're not named.
yeah.
You don't get an idea of who these people really are. You get very brief kind of allegories of the father's past at certain points. But that's only so much to say that, like, what was once this previous, much more idyllic time that he knows is now come and gone, and he's kind of one of the last vestiges of that old world.
Yeah, it's I'm only like 25% through the book, and I do wish I had the time to read it rather than listen to the audiobook because for one, the guy who's reading the audiobook is just asleep the entire time. Which to be fair is sort of the tone of the book, so maybe even that is a choice.
I know that it was I knew that it was going to be a bit different than what you typically enjoy in a book, but I kind of wanted to give you that to see what you did with it.
Oh no, I'm going to finish it. I've already got invested now. And I certainly don't think it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
No,
It
no,
is a
I
little
know.
outside of my wheelhouse, but the good thing is now I can force you to read out of Egypt because I did this for you.
That is true. No, you're right. I do have to read that at this point. I don't really have a choice. And for everybody in the audience, I guess we haven't been really obvious. The book that we're talking about is The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Yes, which is very interesting so far. I'm listening to it for the first time, and Aiden is versed in the book. He recommended it, and this is the first episode of the Gangster Ghost Book Club. So,
I think we
hello,
should.
Jens
That
Anderson.
sounds like fun. I would totally do a book club on this channel.
We're doing it. This is episode one. We're sitting here. I'm going through the book. Like this is what book clubs do. They go through part of the book and talk about it. Um,
That's true. That's
Hello
true.
to Jens Anderson. Thank you for joining our chat and making us feel affirmed in this life. Um, we are discussing the road, and aren't we all on it, Aiden? Aren't we all?
That's true. That's true. I think that, perhaps I'm on the yellow brick road and
Mm.
you're on the road that's described in that book. But yes, we are indeed on road.
We're all on highways of a sort, and in the book, when they mentioned Rock City, I felt like that was relatable because, like, I've been to Rock City. And then I was like, oh, yeah, there's a real Rock City. Now this book has engaged me.
You feel grounded in reality because that father has a child, and you too, Christian Pike, have a
I have a
child.
child. Yeah, as a
So
father, no doubt. Yeah.
you could feel relation to that father when he's like, yeah, I like don't want you to die and stuff. Like, you could, like,
Yeah.
wow, I too don't want my child to die. So
Yeah, like around pages 1 through 75, when he washes the child's hair with cold water, and the child was like, I don't like that. I also don't like that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Christian. I don't know what you mean.
Hello, Azo. Welcome to the chat. This is the best chat on YouTube. You're actually
It's
at the
true.
best place that you can be. And we are discussing The Road by Contact McCleary. And in this very.
Christian, I'll meet you in the streets, all right? It's not gonna be the road. I'm
I'll
not gonna
meet
meet
you
you
in
on
the
the road.
road.
I'm gonna meet you in the streets, Christian.
That man was struck by lightning, and there's nothing we can do for him. So we,
that man has a gun in that book. And you too, I'm sure, at one point in time, Christian, have seen a firearm at one point in your life. So you probably related to that at one point.
I've heard of
You know,
guns,
it's kind of
and
like, J.R.R. Tolkien, he saw literally every single element of the Lord of the Rings from some other writer at one point in his life, and then he just like adopted those all into one book, like kind of like that, right?
yeah, it was kind of like that. So in this extremely slow and kind of drudgy, just sort of bad book. So in this book, you'll notice that nothing really ever happens in it, and so he just kind of keeps writing as though he's going to get to something, and then finally the rear cover will reach you.
What Christian is trying to say is that the book isn't holding his hand and telling him what he needs to expect out of it. So that kind of like confuses him because his brain is oriented in a way that he needs the narrative to be spoon fed to him in a way that doesn't really
Yes,
like challenge
if
him in any way, shape, or form.
if the
And
book
now
were
that he's
in the
been
Orient,
challenged,
yes, if the book took place in the Orient, it would engage me more.
I mean,
This
how
is
do you know
true
that it doesn't, Christian?
because they mentioned Rock City.
Yeah, and how do you know that much like Paris and Las Vegas, that China hasn't built their own rock city
With
that
the
they're
phrase
inhabiting?
"See Rock
You
City,"
you don't.
with the little birdhouses, like with the vantage point where you can see both Carolinas.
That's right. That's right. So, and it's a timeless book, Chris. You don't know when it takes place. So this could
No, yeah,
be
it takes
like
place in like
400.
2113.
This could be
Yeah,
like 400 years in the future when China has literally conquered America and subsumed it into its sphere of influence. I
they're gonna
mean,
need more years than that.
you don't
Um,
know. You don't know, Christian.
Back to the road. Okay, so if you're in Harlem, you'll see that the book is called The Streets, but it's the same book. Um, Back to the road. Hello, Claude. Welcome to the chat, and
Yeah,
welcome
and
back
you'll
to
notice
our
if you're in
friends.
Harlem, the Lord of the Rings will be called Rangs and Thangs. You'll
Rangs
notice
and
that
things.
as well.
Yes. No, yeah, and you don't want to know what the Chronicles of Narnia is called. We don't use that kind
Oh,
of language
and
on the Christian broadcast. But
if you actually go to Flint, Michigan, it's called Rangs and Thangs and Kangs. So there's actually
oh, the
different
road could be
versions
modern day
depending on where
Flint,
you go.
Michigan. It could
Yeah,
take place in modern
it's just
day Flint,
right now.
Michigan.
That's right now. Yeah, yeah.
So that's we've solved it, folks. We've solved it.
Christian, I imagine that you were the most entertaining person to be around in like seventh grade language arts class when they're like reading the book.
You think I showed
You
up in
tried to
language arts class,
like
dork?
insert like the dad made a poopy and the kid laughed at him and everybody like didn't laugh at you, and then you just kind of like quietly shuffled back into your desk and just like pretended like that never happened.
I read To Kill a Mockingbird just like everyone else. Okay?
To kill a mid king bird, you mean?
Really? Like
No,
for real?
no, no.
This is
I
the
can't.
freaking The Road guy right now? Yeah?
No, I can't even. I can't even
What
jokingly
the
dog on
heck?
that book. It's a really good book.
Oh man. These book clubs are fun. We should do these book clubs more
No,
often.
these are good. These are good.
So, anyways, guys, the book sucks, but we're gonna finish it because there's like 2/3 of it left or whatever, and now I'm into it.
Christian needs to suffer through it because he said he was going to, and he doesn't really enjoy it, but he's just saying that to like, like think he can get one over me.
How does he know that? You know what I mean? Like, how does he read my mind?
I just know people, Christian,
So the book we're doing next month,
You know,
we're gonna read
unlike
through.
unlike Christian who just listens to people, I read people. Kind of like how he doesn't read books, he just listens to books. Like I read people, and Christian just listens to them.
Look, next month we'll be doing Melania, a first lady's story. This has just recently been released, so we're gonna.
We're we're actually going to do a study on the art of the deal, and we're going to determine which ghostwriter wrote the art of the deal.
my brother. Every time like someone in Monopoly cheats, Joe will be like, "The art of the deal, baby."
We're also going to play Trump Monopoly. We're gonna do that. Or no, wait, it's not Trump Monopoly. It's literally its own board game. Trump wasn't. He had to invent his own board game. So we're gonna play the Trump board game. And while we're playing the Trump board game, we're gonna do our book club on Art of the Deal, and that's when Christian is unfortunately going to have a incident with several gallons of carbolic acid, and we're not going to see him for a while after that. But
Quite a while. If you guys are here during the November book club, we'll be doing Lewinsky, A Monica Story. So make sure to
you
pick
mean
up your copy of that.
you mean November of 2027 when you're out of the ICU, right, Christian?
Lewinsky, A Monica Story.
You mean
Written.
the Latwinsky that you wasted on that eBay seller and his scams, right, Christian?
You think that only cost a Twinsky? Is some kind of sick joke?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a sick joke. Yeah, it is. It is indeed
I have
some
kids
kind
to
of a
raise,
sick
Amy.
joke.
Groceries are high.
They got to put food on their families.
They gotta put food on their families.
It's
There's a
true,
funny
all
old
right.
song. There's a funny old song that they used to sing at my granddad's church years ago that says, "Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. I have food on my table and shoes on my feet." And Dad and all of his siblings used to sing it in church, and they say, "I have shoes on my table and food on my feet." I don't know why it made me think of that.
That's good. That's good. It's good.
This book club thing's nice. I like the book club.
No, this is good. This is good.
We should all read
Anyways,
anyway.
now that we're being like all positive and stuff, let's just talk about a whole bunch of meaningless drama that people aren't going to worry about like a month from now. Let's just like worry about that all day long instead of like actually enjoying ourselves with things.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, like, Steven sucks. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, according to them, we have nothing to talk about but them, so we do have to fulfill our contractual obligation and only talk about how the Lord of the Rings is, unoriginal path.
65%. Well, that's not necessary, but they only make up. I mean, it's less than 70% of our total talking points. It's not even 70%, so I don't know what they're complaining about. Like, I make up 100% of theirs by myself.
He said that's not necessary.
So you people you patrons of the Proverbs Guys Ministry may have noticed that they have decided, just through what seemed to be a random selection, to include a labeled version of the famous Mason Albert Pike in their backdrop.
I'd just like to mention that I feel like it's poignant that we're doing about as thorough of a book study right now, as they do a book study of the only book that they review over there. So I'd just like to think that at some point in time, maybe they'll be able to come around and get to our level of quality, even though we ultimately have the same amount of substance.
No, yeah, quality matters. Well, they weighed the King James Version in the balances, and they found it to be wanting. I think that was.
Oh, some of them did. Some of them did. You see, much like quantum superpositioning, some of them simultaneously think that it is the only scripture that you need to read, and some of them think that it's actually the worst scripture that's ever been created, and it just needs to be like thrown on that bonfire that you see at Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Yeah, that's where that should go, according to some members of the Proverbs guys. So I just think it's really fascinating, and I'm pretty sure it was one of the honorary Proverbs guys who stated that that's evidence of how miracles still happen nowadays.
Oh, look at this guy in the comments. This guy's the bomb. Anyway, so over there,
over there,
you've heard of an echo chamber. Now, we like to think of the Proverbs Guys channel as sort of like a heck no chamber, or if you're going with like the way that they look, it's a bit of a gecko chamber. And,
yeah.
So that's all I had. Please take over, Aiden.
My fiance is showing me a short.
Like short, like your attention span?
No, just short as in like the amount of time it took for Tolkien to realize that he didn't have any original ideas. About that short.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing to say. Oh, nothing to say about that, right, Christian? Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Christian did a runner. Let
Well,
it be
sorry about
known.
last night, Aiden.
I don't. You don't have anything to be sorry about. You didn't do anything whatsoever. Really, ultimately, all that happened last night was somebody got exposed as the horrible person that they truly are. So, I mean, mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned. Unlike George Bush with his mission accomplished banner, I can fly that and actually know that we like did something. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. Um, Panel, please stop mentioning names from that other community, quote unquote. Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry. Rather than mentioning names, we just need to like insinuate that it's them and make sure everybody knows that we're talking about them without actually mentioning their name, because that's the way of doing it biblically, right, Father Charles? My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. Father Charles, get on here. All right. I know what you were saying before. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be doing streaming anymore or not. I'm not quite sure. Well, you know what? I am sure, Father Charles. I'm sure that your presence would be valued on this panel. So this is a public declaration to Father Charles. Chuck, you're on notice. You get in here.
Uh,
Peer pressure always works. It's not a bad thing. What are you talking about? Peer pressure is great.
uh, how's your day been?
What is UC? Is UC Uncle Chuck? Is he kind of like Uncle Buck, except now he's Uncle Chuck? No, my day's been pretty good. My scooter is just about charged. It's got fully refurbished. Everything's ready to go on it, and I've still got just enough of the year left to be able to enjoy it. So I'm
Oh,
hoping to
that's
be able to give that thing a ride here pretty soon because the weather is lovely right now. I'd shame him to come on.
Well, I don't know about fat shaming, but, that's what some of the secular humanists will do, not me. I never did any kind of fat shaming at all.
Goodness gracious me. Where did Christian go? We weren't done with our book club. I think he got genuinely upset at my Lord of the Rings comment.
No, he said
He's gone.
I have to hop back on in a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. Oh, awful convenient excuse, Christian. You have a life and you want to take care of things outside of this YouTube stuff. Whatever. A likely choice. I don't think so, is what I'm trying to say. I think you're full of crap, Christian. You ran away so that you could expose us for who we truly are to the enemy. Oh my goodness, is that the cloud bells that I see? Oh my
Yes, it
goodness.
is. Yes, it is. Yes.
Did you see a certain Drongo's destruction last night,
Yes.
perchance?
And they were fighting between that Bruce. Great because none of them I have any time for. They got stuck in a Bruce. So of course I started to take his side just for fun. Oh my God. I said one or two things and they said, come on, but I'm not going on because they'd just be booted off.
Oh
It
wait,
was,
so they had a show over on Proverbs last night. Okay.
yes, that's what. Oh, you talking about a different one?
Yeah, he came on Gangster Ghost show last night, and
Oh, I
it
didn't.
didn't go very well for him. Let's put
Who
it
was
that
this?
way.
Steven?
No, Dan.
Oh, oh God.
You'll have to go
Did
back
I
and
tell
watch
you
it.
that I have? Maybe you could use it too. I have a very good friend in Singapore who teaches as a top primary school and learning about logic and stuff. And I've offered to give her. I've made some clips. I said, "Here, take these and see what your kids think of it." of these drongos. So it'll be interesting to hear her report back.
Yes.
There's
Well,
just so
that's
many
what I like.
examples.
You take malignant, horrible forces of the world like that, and you do something positive with them, right? That's always nice. Always nice.
But eventually, if I get, if it goes quite well, I could extract some of the things that Hovind says and try, and put them before a primary school class. One of my favourite ones is when about a 7 or 8 year old kid gets one over Eric Hovind. Have you seen that? Have you seen that?
I haven't. I need to see
Yeah.
that for sure. Oh my
I'll put
gosh.
it up, and the
I'm-
kid and the kid says, but that doesn't make any sense. And then Eric sort of starts talking down to him again, and everybody just thinks that Eric is a dick, and this kid is
oh my
brilliant.
goodness.
Oh, it's
No, I
so
need to
funny.
see that. Imagine
Yeah.
getting dunked on by an 8-year-old. Oh my goodness.
He's using all the skills he learned from Ken. In other
I'm
words,
sure Eric in that
nothing.
moment wishes he could do to that 8-year-old what Kent did to
Oh,
him when he was 8 years old, you know?
no, it was it was a shocker. I'm going to make a short and put it on there because
Oh my
uh,
goodness. No, I'll have to see it.
so
No, it
no,
must be like a
nothing.
fairly reasonable time for you right now, I imagine, because it's always so late whenever we usually do these. So,
Well, no, it's what time is it here? 6:30. I'm in Greece, and it's at night.
yes.
What time is it where you are?
It is 9:29 in the morning for us
Wow,
right now.
that's early. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's not 5 a.m. in Greece right now. I always hear from a certain someone that it's basically always 5 a.m. over there in Greece.
I mean, the time isn't the best, but it's never the best for Achilles.
Well, it's always for some reason seems to be whenever he's like confronted on something and
Yeah.
like he needs to actually be. Then all of a sudden it is 5 a.m. here. I need to go. It is too late to talk about that.
It's the same when Kent gets confronted and he says, "Oh, I haven't got time now.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got an
I'll look
appointment."
into that.
It's all bullshit, of course, but he does do that just every time. And then that ass licking guy who's his moderator, what's his name? Standing for Ruth or whatever, he comes in and takes, oh, he's just such an awful person. I originally had a bit of time for him, but not anymore. No, I've seen the way he operates, and he is totally biased.
Oh, absolutely. There's no debate about that anymore, really. I mean, like, I know that there was some people a couple of years back that were like, no, Donnie's completely unbiased. I don't know what you're talking about. I have not heard one person say that in like 2 or 3 years
No,
at this point because it's just overwhelmingly obvious at this point.
yeah,
And I just
well,
like, and you know what? To be honest with you, Donnie is way more competent at dealing with these things than Kent ever could be. And that's not to say that he's like just
no.
overwhelmingly brilliant or anything like that, but he's better than Kent. He exceeds that very low bar. So it just makes you wonder, like, obviously he's not shackling himself to Kent because he thinks Kent's ideas are good, so he's just doing it for the attention that he can get off of Kent.
Yes, well, he gets quite good audiences, but lately, I think the last big one he had, and the guy did very well. I forget. Oh, was it Peterson? Yeah, it was Peterson.
Planet Peterson, yeah.
And believe it or not, most of the comments, by the vast majority, were saying that Peterson did a good job and Kent was useless. Now that might have changed now because he deletes those sorts of things, but they were up for about at least a day. There are the comments, and they were intelligent, thoughtful comments, and just slaying Kent. So
And then they went the way of the dodo.
yeah, Kent won't be happy with his little boy. Yeah.
It's just like, imagine being so insecure that you can't let the commentary people have of your debate stand for itself, right? You have
Yeah.
to You have to get your errand boy out there to clean things up to make it look way better than it actually was. But you're some proponent of this ultimate truth. Okay.
It's the world of delusion. You guys, I think you and AJ and Big Bang Mama did a dissection of that debate, did you or not? Was that
No,
something else?
we covered it. It got brought up, the Planet Peterson comment, but no, we were doing his addressing the rumors video where he talked about, yeah, so
Oh.
I dumped a teenage girl out of bed and poured freezing cold water on her, and yeah, that's not assault whatsoever, Hogan.
Oh my God. Yes, I do remember now the topic. Yeah, but Peterson did very well.
Oh, he
And of
did. No, he
course,
annihilated Hogan.
and when Kent brought up the personal attack and he was allowed to get away with it, nothing was said. So Donnie said nothing, ignored it. Then Peterson comes back a few minutes later mentioning 3 facts about Kent, only because he was provoked, of course. But at least they were facts. And Donnie comes in straight away. Stops
Well, of
that.
course, and I think it was you or Big Bad Mama the other day that brought this up, but it wasn't until Kent started crying like, "Oh, ad
Yes.
hominem, that's an ad hominem," and then Donnie's like, "Oh no, all right, there's the dog whistle. I need to go after him now."
Oh, God. It's a very unusual community.
Has Donnie ever held Kent to account for anything he's ever said once on one of those streams? Like, Kent, that was an ad hominem. You shouldn't be saying something like that. Is he ever like, Kent, you need to get back
I,
on topic. Stop talking.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And I would look at, if it did happen, I'd get such a surprise. I'd probably make a clip of it. So
Well,
no,
that's what I'm
his
thinking, right? Is that it would be such a rarity that you'd think that somebody would have like had a clip of it or something if it existed. But to my knowledge, that literally just hasn't happened. So
no, it hasn't happened. Oh my God. I reckon the wheels are falling off at BAL, and I think there's more and more need for money. I think a lot of his old-time volunteers have gone. I'm pretty sure there's been a big turnover. Even Stephen, though, that would not be a loss, but he doesn't
yeah.
seem to be there.
Well,
Because,
I mean, like Steven was there only so long as he was basically able to be there for free because he
yeah,
did that quote unquote Kent Hovind documentary that, let's face it, anybody who I've talked to that actually edits videos and compiles things have told me that at most, being extremely generous, that thing would have taken a week to put together. But he strung Kent Hovind along for like 4 months. And he actually Kent forced him to put it out early. Steven planned on putting it out even later. He wanted to drag it on even further than what he had already done. But Kent said, no, we're going to put it out for the boot camp thing or whatever he said. So, yeah, Steven had to put it out earlier. And then, not even a month after that comes out, then we start hearing that he's not at DAL anymore. What a coincidence. It's probably because Kent said, hey, Steven, you probably have to, do manual labor now rather than just sit on
yeah.
your ass all day and make this documentary. And he's like, nope, don't want to do that.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that whilst all the others were working, doing the manual labour, because Kent's the only one allowed to think, that Stephen must have spun him a line, look, I'm going to make this documentary and blah, 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 and I'll have to have brain food, and I'll have to get married at the same time. Have you got a woman? Yes, I have. Okay, oh, that's great. And then once that was over, he was faced with the reality of doing some work. So, oh my God.
I wouldn't know why Kent would want Steven to work for him. I mean, the guy put up a cabin that was shorter than he was, for Pete's
uh,
uh,
yeah.
well,
Well, I do hope that he and Chris, well, I hope that Krista is happy. It's not her fault. But my God, it was a fairly whirlwind marriage.
well, yeah. I mean, like the whole thing happened over the course of what was it, a week or something like that, where he started talking with her and then got married, and it just all happened so rapidly. He went from having this girlfriend not even a year ago at this point
No, so a
to
few months ago,
just,
sleeping in
yeah,
bed with her and not touching her. You know?
yeah, yeah, that girlfriend that he slept in the same bed with, but also somehow slept on the other side of town from, but also never touched once at any point. Because I know that before I get married and I share a bed with somebody, I put like an office divider between us so that there's like not even any kind of temptation whatsoever, right?
It's amazing what some of these fundies will do for a shag. That's all I can say.
It reminds me of I think it's the Mormons. They have like these this system where like their friends will like shake the bed for them so that they're not technically the ones doing the deed or anything like that. It's
Oh,
people doing moving them around for them so that they're not doing anything. It's just like, oh my gosh, the mental gymnastics that you have to go through. Just shag. It's fine.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Well, we don't hear about the man cave anymore, so I don't know
That's
what's happening
true.
there.
That's true. Well, I'm sure that Kent wasn't able to find them mail order brides like Dan's fast enough, unfortunately, so they probably departed.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Oh dear.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, last night was crazy. It got all crazy like
On which show? Your one or
my show.
Proverbs or both?
Both.
No, Proverbs, it got pretty crazy.
What happened on there?
Or no, sorry, not Proverbs, your show. Sorry, I got them confused
Oh,
because you
well,
brought
wait a
up
minute.
Proverbs.
Yeah, maybe I got the wrong show. Was yours the one where Bruce came on and they were arguing with Bruce or not?
No.
Okay, well, there was this Proverbs guy show, and Bruce was on, then he was off, then he was on, then he was booted, then he came back, and then and Dan was, getting all twisted and contortioning around, and yeah,
Eh,
so that was a good laugh too.
that's good. No, I'll have to watch that one for sure.
The only problem in that whole thing was there can only be one loser because we're not.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Well, the one that I need to watch at some point, I heard that on Stump Show, Bruce went on there and lectured Stump for a while. And like Stump, just because like Bruce is his friend rather than booting him out like he does with basically everyone else, just kind of like had to sit there and take it from him. And that that sounds extremely entertaining because Stump comes across to me as not somebody that's exactly used to getting lectures from people. So
Uh,
that'll be pretty entertaining to watch at some point here. I've got a little back catalog that I need to watch at some point. I'm not like Stephen Boland, sitting around watching myself talk all day long.
yeah, it makes you wonder what.
You remember when he said at one point, he said to Gangster Ghost when that whole controversy about Gangster Ghost came about, he's like, I sit there and watch my own show for 8 hours a day, sometimes 9 hours a day. It's like we're supposed to like be like, wow, that's great, Steven. I can't imagine doing that.
Oh, well, it's pointing. Well, it makes me wonder what on a day, and he's welcome to come on and tell us what does he actually do. What do they do when they get up? Say a prayer, have breakfast, then what? You know? Yes.
It's my contention that Steven's basically in the same position as Lupin right now, where rather than having a job of his own or subsisting off of his own labor, he's subsisting off of his wife, kind of like the Bible tells him to. Oh wait, no, it's the other way around. You're the one that's supposed to be out working and your wife's the one supposed to be providing
Yeah.
for them. I guess that doesn't really matter though, does it, Steven?
Yes. Well, you can
No.
change the rules to suit.
Well, of course, it's all just fill fill in the lines as you go along, and if you color outside of the lines, we'll just redraw the lines so that you colored inside of them.
Oh,
But
uh,
Kent's, Genesis Baptist Church hardly anything, even Pastor Meister, or whatever his name is. He's not doing his weekly rant on the Sunday. No, none of that. I don't know.
Uh-huh. We, uh, yeah, it was all crazy last night. What about Claude? Did you ever go on the Power Guy show?
No, I didn't know. I made a couple of comments, and I knew that if I did go on, I would be booted. So there's no point. I mean, to be honest, some of the things they say are so stupid, you don't know where to begin to even have a discussion. Yeah, it's just impossible. Mm.
Well, I am going to go and take care of some chores, but you guys take care.
Thank you.
Bye, Aiden. I need to talk to you, Mr. Claude. What do you think you're doing here, Mr.
Well, I
Claude?
thought I'd come and say
How
hello.
are you?
I don't know. And did I tell you when that I came across an English village and the name of it is Shitterton, which is pretty awful. Yeah. And maybe you can
Guess
visit
who's
when you're
here?
there. Hmm.
Yeah, and guess who's here?
Oh,
Who's here?
who's here?
Proton.
Mr.
I was on there from the last time I was on here because of Upchuck.
Oh, hi.
I'm
How are
doing
you
really good. I'm
today?
glad to see this. I kind of got into a discussion a little bit in some comments with, well, Dan for one, which I just kind of like blew it off. But Christian, me and Christian may actually sit down and talk about translations at some point. I
Uh-huh.
like it.
That'll be good.
But yeah, well, you're talking just to piggyback
Uh-huh.
on, what's funny is you keep talking about these other idiots. And if they've got a ministry really going on, and I'm trying to play devil's advocate here, not, see, look at, Christians are idiots, blah, 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 being an atheist. But to me, if I'm going to go into a room, and say, even if I go in there to troll or disturb something, you're going to have more luck trying to get me distracted with decent conversations, such as like with Christian Pike. I'll throw Mark Stoney in there, so many other ones that, and I'm not saying that there's even a chance of me converting, but if I was ever going to just say, hey, let's look at this again, which I do kind of every day, it'd be people like that would encourage
Yes.
me and give me the motivation maybe to look
Hmm.
into it. Whereas if you go into somebody with, blah, blah, blah ministries, and they're literal pigs, and I've never been in PG, so I guess I shouldn't talk that way, but from the clips I've seen, from the after reports, how do you win a soul for Jesus, or for Satan for that fact, with that mentality?
No, you don't.
Oh,
And they put people off, actually. They
Claude.
put people off. Yeah.
And actually, GG too, bud. I mean, I'll throw you in there with Christian, because you are, you're my little buddy. If anybody messes with you, I don't care who it is. My mother, I'll put a pillow over her face for you. Okay, I wouldn't do that,
Oh,
but
oh, thank
but
you.
it's just, I mean, just you're once again, you go by the, let's use terms used in the Bible. By your fruits they will know you. Mark, you know,
Oh,
Christian, like I said, Gigi, you may all even believe different, but by your fruits, people want to be around you. Well, except Mark and Maud, but that's a love hate thing. Oh wait, it's Tuesday, Mark. I really hate you today. I love Maud, I really do, but
What's
she's a
that
whack.
song? I hate you. I love you. You know, there's a song like that. I hate
Or
and then
what
I
is it? By
love.
Ugly Kid Joe. I'll say, friggin' hates me. You're well, and I'm not saying this to kiss anybody's ass. You all know that I speak my mind, but it's just, you know, it, I don't know. It still blows me away. When I was online back and this is back in the AOL days, the MSN, for us that were that old, Yahoo chats, even Pal Talk. I've never run into this kind of vindictiveness that a group worries about another group, but they're supposed to be doing the same thing as far as winning souls or witnessing or even just having, wholesome, you know, uh, entertainment online. You don't get that over there from the way I see it. Not that it's always here by any means. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, it was crazy. And thank you. You're a nice
You're
young
welcome.
man. Ron.
I'm probably older than you, Gigi.
Oh,
Actually, in what is today? Today is the 24th, so that's what is this? I don't even know how many months is or days into this month. 30 in September, so 8 more days, and I'm never going to see 50 again. You may never see me again. I don't know.
oh. Hope you're all right.
I'm all right. I'm good.
50 is the new 40. So
Yeah,
you
but I'm
live
turning
around for.
60, so the 50s are
Okay.
gone.
60 is the new 50.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I keep telling myself. In the 70s, the new 30.
Yeah.
You don't look 60.
No, I don't most of it, especially with my hair. I need to go get a haircut really, really bad, but I keep debating whether I want to just wait till the first of the year to do it or not, because I want my long hair back one last time before I go back to being an adult. Been fighting. Well,
I'm
I
just
would
going
have
to
had
have
my
to say
earring.
goodbye for a while. I'm just going to have some dinner. So I'll
Oh,
probably talk later. Okay. Bye.
Bye
all right.
bye.
Bye.
Well,
Bye
did I
bye.
tell you about this? My old
Yep.
account I had since I started in 2014.
Yeah.
Uh, it's back up again. It,
Cool.
it's crazy. I found out it has 322 subs.
Wow. That's great.
There's videos on it that have 120,000 views.
That's cool. Yeah. Very
Is
cool.
that crazy?
Wow. Yes. I wish I had that myself, but no.
Why isn't this?
Okay. I'll see how long my dinner goes. Okay. Bye.
Bye,
Bye
bye.
bye.
See you later, Claude. Nice seeing you.
See you.
I see. What do you think of that asshole? Is that crazy?
Definitely crazy. What's even crazier? I should have said this when Claude was still here. For a while, I disliked Claude, and he'll probably kill me for saying this. I don't mean this because all I heard was Grease back in the day, so I still didn't recognize voices. I thought he was Achilles forever. Everyone's talking about, oh, the great Achilles, especially the way you say it, Gigi. And it's like, then Claude come in and one day and he's like, said something about Grease. I said, oh, that's that guy I really don't like listening to that much. And then find out that he just happens to be in Greece. And Achilles was somebody totally different. So he may never talk to me again. I'm just being honest.
Oh, sorry. Uh, uh, Achilles. He goes on a dirt bike thing. He has he races on dirt bikes.
Uh, I could drive anything with wheels. I raced dirt bikes, quads, Odysseys, all sorts of things on it. Our little go kart track. Well,
Oh,
we call it the go kart track because it started out as that, and they expanded it to a quarter mile. So now you get dirt bikes, and they have off like trails that you race. I couldn't do it anymore. I miss it.
oh. How you been today?
I've been pretty good. I woke up feeling really good. I'm kind of maybe this is the day that I die. I don't know because
Oh,
usually I'm achy and I'm just like not motivated. I need to jump in the shower, but
hope you're all right.
I'm great.
Oh,
I'm
that's
great.
oh. Yeah. Last night went crazy. Were you watching last night?
With Dan,
Yeah.
oh yeah, because he had me pissed off. I was going to jump in there, and no, I just said no. I'm not going to. He literally had me pissed off. Talking about you know actually trying to justify deflect, and not to get you into this, Gigi. But when he started mentioning you, that really set me off using you as his front cover. Which I understand what he was saying or trying to say, but deal with the issue and not divert attentions with saying I'm not fat shaming while you're saying 15 times in the same sentence of 30 seconds that the word fat. Just shut up and drop it. Say sorry and move on. Jesus.
Yeah. It was crazy last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Maud said something to me and I said, he's got me pissed off. And she said, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I fat shame myself according to other people, but I'm a fat dude. Like, there's no way around it. You know, I carry it well, but if somebody has a problem with me calling myself fat, that's on them. But I'm not calling anybody else,
Oh,
a derogatory term except alphabet community.
yeah, it was crazy last night. Uh, yeah, oh, it was all crazy. Like, got all wild and stuff. Yeah, and I heard, yeah, and it was crazy. Do you think, and I got, oh, recess. Hmm? Wait,
Shitteron, Sitteron,
oh,
Sitterton, Ton. Oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce that. Oh, we got two different ones. Oh, that's why I'm having to look at one and looking at the other one. It's like, wait, where'd the H go? So I just went, Shitteron is often pronounced Sitterton in polite circles.
oh.
Okay.
Oh, did you see that part about Steve Anderson's son?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I was kind of hoping to listen a little bit more of that, but then the whole Dan thing started, so I was like, that was kind of like worthless.
Uh, it was that was crazy. He said that his dad hit slammed his brother's head in the wall.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
yeah. There's somebody with a mental problem, which I mean, just listen to him preach tells you he's got a mental problem.
Yeah, he's
I
crazy.
always liked listening to, not just because they were part of a Exian family and now they're atheist or whatever they may be by any means, but it's interesting to see how people behind the scenes view it. Like, I don't know if you know who Matt Slick is. I've talked to
Yeah,
him from Pal Talk days. I've been talking to him a year. I mean, he's a Calvinist. He's an idiot, but his daughter became an atheist, and that was like the thing everybody wanted to rib him about. And I don't want to rib him for that per se, but just to hear their stories, and after listening to her stories, it's like, my gosh, how does somebody put up with something like that? And then to hear even just a little bit that I heard of Anderson's, son. That's sad.
yeah. Tim showed me that. And that Matt Slick, I mainly remember him from his debate he uh had with
Dillahunty. Oh, he's
uh
done several. I mean, actually,
that Armor.
Aaron Raw.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of Matt Slick's arguments just aren't very logical.
Uh,
I mean, obviously, as an atheist, I'm going to say that, but
would you like me to share the video?
well, that's up to everybody. I'm just saying. Yesterday, that was going on. I was getting into that, and then all of a sudden, the Dan thing happened, and it's like, okay, which I ended up turning to having more fun. And even if I was pissed, I was having fun in side chat, being in a butthole.
Uh, it was crazy. Yeah, and
Yeah, shit around.
you could tell that guy is Steve Anderson's son. Just the way he talks just
Yeah,
reminds me of Steve
yeah.
Anderson.
Because even though, I mean, I hope he doesn't hate so much that if he even does, like I said, I haven't seen enough of it that it affects his life, what he wants to do with his life, and goes on. I'm not saying he just forgets it by any means. Trauma is trauma. I don't care if it's from war or okay, I'll click on that. Whether it's from war or abuse or whatever it may be, no one should have to live with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I link you the video for you.
yeah, I just got that. I'll definitely watch that later. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. Yeah, yeah, I know Steve Anderson has 11 kids. To my knowledge, he probably have more now. Is that
Wow,
crazy?
that's and normally I would think he was a Mormon or a group like that. I mean, I guess there's a lot of Black Baptists in like the Appalachian states. They have bigger families.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I just Wait, where did I save that to make sure? Okay, bookmarks.
He's
Got it.
part of the new independent fundamental Baptist. I think that's. I think. Yeah, it's crazy. He calls his church Faithful World Baptist Church. It's crazy.
Yeah, what's sad is for the ones, the groups or um, I guess congregations that aren't so aggressive or offensive to. I know there was one that we watched when I was still over on Joe's channel doing streams with him. Uh, and I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look for it. But it's a church that basically accepts, everyone. Gays. Blah 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 blah. As long as you have a love for the Lord, yada yada yada. And I actually sent the lady, because I saw their website, sent her a message and say, just keep doing what you're doing. I said, I'm an atheist, but it's sad that people are like that, especially claiming to be godly. Because there was that Bo, God, what's his name, Bo Tittles or whatever. Uh, he does a lot of those like street bull crap, interrupting people, being very belligerent, especially at like alphabet community events and stuff. Um, but yeah, and she actually replied back to me. She said, "Thank you. It's nice to get even basically even though you're an atheist, a nice email. It's like you wouldn't believe how many emails we get of pure hate." And I said, "Well, your Bible, once again, same thing I said earlier. I said, what your Bible says is you'll know them by their fruits. And even though Bo was a fruit, he doesn't have very good ones." Which goes back to even what I was saying before about like you and Exian, Mark. You get more bees with honey, they say, than vinegar.
Oh,
You might want to check into some biology. Or
wow.
what are bees? Bees are insects? So that would be maybe the smart people in the side chat can tell me. Etymologist? No. What's a bug doctor? Whatever, bug doctor. Yes, my little ant has a broken leg. Can you shed it, doctor? Whatever the heck you'd call that. Scientist. There we go. The study of. Oh, poor me.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. But yeah, yeah. It's all crazy like that. So, but
Yeah.
what do you think?
Well, I've learned the one thing. It's just like everything else I mentioned earlier. AOL, MSN, Pal Talk, Yahoo Chats, even this. You have to take everything with a grain of salt. Don't take it quite so personal, which I don't do that all the time by any means. Mostly, that. Um,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's uh, that Steve Anderson guy. He always been so crazy.
well, the ones that I don't even I dislike even more than Anderson, if that's even possible, are the what is that church? Hillsboro, the ones out in I
Yeah,
believe it's Kansas. I
Ward.
literally wanted to go hunt them down. I mean, not to hurt, well, maybe, but like a protest because them pros. There you go. Thank you so much, Mark. That's why I keep you around, Mister Reed. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. But the ones that would protest or interrupt and have awful uh, signs at like soldiers coming home to be buried. To me, that has to be the most awful thing. I mean, war sucks. I understand that, but it's inevitable. It happens, and to disrespect people that went out to protect your right to do exactly what you're doing, to me, is the, there's no excuse for it. And and really, if I'm going to hell, they'll be there before me.
That's horrible. Westboro Baptist Church, I think.
Westboro, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know it's in
Yeah.
Kansas. I was thinking it's in Kentucky or something. That's what I mean. With Joe, were talking for a minute, a long time ago, and we looked it up, and it was like, oh, Kansas, I believe. And yeah, I wanted to do a video on it, and kind of got started on us. I can't do this. There is nothing I can say positive about this that no one else can't see for themselves, sort of thing. I just felt dirty, and we did that with somebody else too, not only Westboro. Oh, Daniel, when he got on his little alphabet community kick, anti. To me, that was very sick. And hey, TCC, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, and I wasn't going to stream for a few more weeks, and here I am.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and there is. I mean, to me, like even the Appalachian state, and that's why I guess I'm so anti. I'm not anti King James Version, but I'm anti KJV only, sort of thing, because of groups like the Appalachian state people, the snake handlers, because they're taking verses that aren't there in the original manuscripts and handling stakes and killing their people and drinking poison or whatever else they want to do with it for a religion.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that you'd have to live in Kentucky. I mean, I'm kidding. I got a lot of friends down there. Actually, there's one just outside of Louisville, on the other side of Louisville, that I want to meet. Used to go by Pinworm, or then it's like Barnaby, which I haven't seen him for a minute, but I haven't done trivia for 3 or 4 weeks now. Mark 9:20. There you go. Yeah, I knew it was like, because isn't that like the block of 16 through? Oh, I can't remember what it is. Yeah, 17 to the end of it, I think.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, something like that, Mark. But yeah, yeah. Why tempt fate? Even if it was in the Bible, I like snakes. I've handled, you know, very venomous snakes, but I was smart about it, and was with somebody that knew what they were doing. Trust my buddy for with my life, literally. But just to do it, to dance around, and no, and then to bring kids into it, screw that. That should be your kid should be taken away right away.
That's crazy. Do you think they should ban handle snakes?
No, because like I said, regulate it maybe just where certain experts can handle certain snakes, because the problem is, and this just happened, I just watched this documentary 2 days ago. Oh, and I forgot where it was at. Way back when. Oh, it was Mysteries of the Museum, and I know everybody goes, oh, that's probably a lot of it seems to be legit, and I actually looked some of it up. But this kid was pissed off at a store owner, kicked over a box that was in the back of the building, and it was full of snakes. The snakes got loose, and for years and decades they had cobras, literal cobras. I don't know what kind they were, and a few other very venomous snakes that infected, and they had to go in and try to kill these things, sort of things. So just from an economic or environmental aspect, no one should have snakes that doesn't know what they're doing, and it's not going to dump them out in, like right now in Okeechobee Swamp down there in Florida. They've got boas and python epidemics, ridiculously. Next, what's next? Drop bears? Mark, stay in Aussie. We don't need your drop bears. Oh wait, it also says that Christians will be able to. Yeah, that's what I said. They those signs were specific to the apostles and their immediate followers. Paul was bitten by a snake, and the locals thought he was a god because he didn't die. Right? If there's a 90% chance you're going to die, the 1 person out of 10 that got bit standing there that survives is going to be seen as, oh my gosh, it doesn't have anything to do with like stats and probability. It's a miracle. And why would you want to handle a snake just to dance around and show your? I don't know. Wait, those? Oh, that's what.
I'd like to go dancing.
Yeah, matter of fact, I mean, my buddy had a 12-foot, God, what is it, albino, it's python, or not a python, a ball python maybe, whatever, it's really long, and it's really docile, and it really never went after anyone, but one of his friends, this is in a bar years ago, well, not years ago, probably 6 months ago, was in a bar, and he walked up behind the guy that had the snake, because the snake was, had his head pointed to him. And Oliver is, like I said, has always been really nice. He literally bit this guy on the cheek. It's not, I mean, there's a little poison in it, but not where it's going to kill you, for humans anyway. But it's still going to hurt and leave a mark, because they're constrictors. They're not poison-based snakes. Or I'm not an expert. I've had 1 or 2 snakes in my life, and that's it. Sort of thing. So, I mean, even the docile ones, for some reason, every once in a while will strike you. And I can just imagine if that was a cobra or copperhead or whatever they would use in these churches. It's sad. Oh, wait, here we go. Moral of the story is don't handle snakes unless you have a prophet. You're not. Yeah, our prophet. Exactly, Mark. I agree with that. Or no, Mark. Stoney, it says that the signs will accompany those that believe. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna break open my Bible software. Let's look at these. This would be a good topic. Um, I'm not doing KJV. Oh no, I have to, don't I? Duh. That's it's in the KJV. I'm an idiot. Oh, sorry. See, I've got the new KJV. Where's the? Oh, that's the King. Oh, I didn't even realize I had the authorized. Wait, let's do the authorized. I'm not looking at the screen too. It's because I think it was what the Mark 16, 9, whatever it is. I gotta scribble through here. Oh, here we are. Wow, I can't believe I'm using the KJV. Not that I'm totally against it. It's just that I find the NASB a little bit better. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay their hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Right, and that's my point. I always use it's not in any manuscripts, and part of KJV onlyism, which I'm not going to try to talk about this too much, especially if I get into a discussion with Christian, is that the hardcore KJV only things says if the TR is incorrect, refer to the King James Version because it's correct, which makes no sense since the KJV is what 75% plagiarized of the Bishop's Bible. Was that the verse you guys were trying to get to, though? Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think so.
I did 18. Well, let me just look. At this point, he that believeth not and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. That's 16. Number 17. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out devils, they shall speak with new tongues, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Verse 19. So then, after the Lord had spoken unto them, he was received up in heaven and sat on the right hand of God, and then went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them and confirming the word with signs following. Amen. Okay, I don't know what their points were exactly. Oh wait. See, I don't know why. Why is the live studio does the oh, I guess it does. No, because it's the last one I've got is at 11:43 on what is this studio resystem. The last one I got was from Spooky Ian. This is a Christian channel, and that's not it. And so I've got to go back to the YouTube to see this. I like this conversation. Keep it up, guys. So you don't have to talk about those other guys. I'd like to see them snake handle it. Yeah. Hovind. See, that's the question I had. Because to me, Ken Hovind would be a snake handler by the way he holds the Bible. But Mark, he's not a snake handler, is he?
I don't think he is.
Yeah, so I don't, but I would think that he would be. But anyway, Hovind went to the recovery. Wait. Hovind. Oh, no kidding. So he is a man of God. He got bit by a rattler, a baby one that has no venom. Very little. They do have venom. I'm not going to say that, but it's not near as much as I don't believe. Hovind does not believe. Confirmed. Hovind went to the emergency to recover. Wow. See, this is why I'm a preterist. The sign gifts were set to expire upon the end of the age. If that end has not happened, we should still be healing the sick, raising it. See, and I would never be a preterist. Sorry, Mark. I don't think I could. But then again, I need to dig really, really into it. But But to me, that's the thing that I've always said is, why aren't people still out? And of course, there are the ones that are claiming that they are. But if they're healing the sick, why are they in a church and not in a hospital? You can have a ministry in a hospital. You know, sorry, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if doctors lost their jobs if no one had to worry about sickness. I mean, what I'm going through is easy compared to a lot of people I see every time I go to either see my oncologist or one of my doctors. I mean, it could always be worse. But what I've gone through was pure hell. You know, if somebody tells me that they can heal somebody, um, then do it. That's a good point, Mark. Okay, I might have to add this to my list of things that I do want to. Um, See, and that's why I keep Mark around. Stony, I mean, even the drop bear Mark, is because, I mean, not that I agree with anything being an atheist, but sometimes there's a point, it's like, yeah, I can kind of see that. That's where I'm from. Maybe a little twist. Only a wakey, hands off, snaky handler. Is Mr. Reed still in here? Because I'm wondering, does Australia have snake handlers with dominations too? Or is it a drop bear down there? I love that. Drop bear shit. There.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never thought about that. I mean, all over the world, are there other snake handler people, or is that really kind of like an American thing with the King James?
I think so. Because I know
Yeah.
Kaylee says where he's from, the
Yeah.
Pentecostals don't do the snake handling stuff.
Yeah, but see, I don't ever remember hearing anything like out of England. I mean, that's where the King James version came from. You know, and I'm not saying that there's not. I'm just saying I've never heard of it. And I've never really thought about looking for it. But that might be a cool study. Is see how far the English went with the King James version. If they ended up being poison drinkers and snake handlers and uh, healers, because everything I've always seen or heard, maybe of course it's one sided, was that was like witchery back in the day. Of course, everything was witchery back then. Oh, you've got internet. You're a witch.
Uh, Wesley, you ever heard of him? He said if you watch too much
Yeah,
TV, that's witchcraft.
yeah. Wesley, what's weird is, I mean, they're forever. I block Wesley because I just, yeah, I don't like, I cut and paste a lot, but there's a point to it. You know, I talk and with all my typos, but I just don't get much into somebody's thing, which if you're going to go in the same room or different room saying the same thing, then obviously cut and paste it. But was it BMM or Spooky? I think it was Spooky. Yeah, because Spooky sent it to my Discord, I think, was telling me that he could play the piano. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, this is going to be a joke. I went to it, and it's like the guy can play. That, you know, he might be a little bit of a religious zealot, but he can definitely play. And I like sometimes I wish we would get past the religion and, you know, not form, say, relationships based on religion, but real things, and then maybe incorporate religion one way or the other, or not incorporate it.
No one
Um,
this one time he was on here. He was mad at Mark. He said, "Your name is Allah." It was
yeah,
crazy. And
ollie
that's
ollie oxen free.
and he also that's where Mark got his name from, Dark Kermit from Wesley.
I hope
It
Mark
was
isn't a snake. Oh, predator. So there's only one. That's not Stony. That's not a snake. That's a worm, and that's a very small worm. Come on, be honest. God's watching and listening to you, buddy. Only hands off. Yes, we okay. Here we go. Thanks, Mark, for answering, Mr. Reed. Yes, we have Pentecostals. However, we also have a government smart enough to stop idiots. Really? Is it like a serious offense down there then to have? And this is what I think. Even though we've got like exotic pet laws, to me they are really wanting. Because here in Indiana, there's actually a like a wildlife sanctuary, and I'm thinking, okay, they got animals from all over the world brought here because everybody's overflowing. Come to find out, just about everything they have in their zoo is from Indiana. You know, It's not like you go down the road and go to Bob's house and say, "Hey, look at there's Bob's tiger," or this cobra snake or something. No, they talk in tongues. Just everyone ignores them.
Oh.
Aw. Oh,
Oh,
poor Pentecostals in Australia. Come on, they're people too, Mark. Come on.
oh, here's this one guy. Here's one video I found before. I think it was from. It was on Facebook. Can I show you it real quick? It's
Yeah,
about the
this is your
face.
channel, buddy. Don't ever ask anybody if you can do something on your own channel, Gigi. Please, just do it. It's yours. Everybody knows you're doing something, so you're good. They have cool. Boom, boom, boom.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh
Crazy.
no, I was going along with it. Wild thing.
Here's this other video I got from Big Bad
Oh.
Mama.
Curses! Gosh, shut up. I can handle it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Oh, God, I didn't want to lose her. Oh, God, I didn't want to have that pain. Oh, God, no.
Did we lose Spooky?
That guy creepy.
Spooky, are you still here by chance? If you are, answer the question about if you know of any snake handler history from England. Or ask your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really, that's sexually not sexual. Oh, I'm waiting for Jesus to come because he's waiting for me. Sorry, that was out of bounds. I
That
repent.
guy was crazy. I got that guy from Big Bad Mama. He's
And
crazy.
people buy into this stuff. It's oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It's bad enough people believe in evolution. We all know we came from Australia. Gosh, there's no evolution there.
I heard some people say Australia doesn't exist, and everyone who said they're from there are just secret agents, like Mark Reed. I mean, yeah.
Mark Reed.
Is that true? Have you heard of that?
Super secret spy. That's why his hair is cut like Hitman 47. He has 2 custom guns just like him. He walks around the house in his like drop bear slippers, and he has a barcode in the back of his head. Matter of fact, I've never seen the back of Mark Reed's head, so he could have a barcode. He is a secret. I think you're honest on Gigi. We're gonna have to break this one wide open. Oh wait, we better not talk about it because he might have to eliminate us.
Oh no.
Oh no, not the drop bears. Have you ever heard about the drop bears?
No.
No. It's an Australian thing. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody.
Do they have shrimp on the Barbie?
If you have a question about Australia, there's your man right there, Mark Reed. He can tell you everything there is to know about Australia and more.
Wow.
Just don't ask him for hair care. He's not so good at that. I don't know why. I just don't know why he's not good at it.
Oh, here's this time I put him on Professor X's body.
Yeah.
What if he is the real life Professor X?
He could be. He's in hiding. Yeah, the 2 best interviews I've ever done. And Mark was like, Joe was supposed to interview him, and Joe he lost power that day. And so I had to do this at 10:30 or 9:30, whatever it was, Sunday morning. And that's early for me, even when I get up. And Mark Reed, are you talking to me? Who am I? You probably recognize the voice, probably not the Mr. Proton. But yeah, I pretty much was scared to death. I wasn't prepared because I was the funny guy. Make comments, yada, yada, yada. So, but now here I am, Mark Reed, the great, famous Mark Reed, comes on, me and him one-on-one, and it was the best time I had. And then the other one, oh my goodness, I just lost thought of who the other one was. Oh, JL from Bridge of the Divide. He is a hoot. Neither one of them you have to actually interview. You just let them go, and then they carry the show themselves. It was probably the two best shows I've ever done, and the two funniest. But yeah, then I ended up getting was it Aunt Jer made a clip. Asshole 64. I guess I should change that. That's probably confusing. Because I didn't even realize. How do you change it here? B. Yeah, that was from Upchuck's Protons Prove the universe has protons, we're made of protons, so we're created. Or something. That's the short version. So I left it up there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I want to ask you, what if turns out your mind is in G and it survives after your death? What if you became a ghost? Who would you hunt? I would hunt Steven.
Oh, I wouldn't. If I'm going to hunt somebody, it's going to be somebody worth hunting. And like I said earlier, I mean, not that I would hunt or haunt, like Stony or Christian. But it would be people like that I have respect for. Even Mark Reed, I respect him, even though he's bald.
Okay.
From the Book of Life.
Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
wondering because see on the studio, this is a lot different than StreamYard.
yeah.
I changed my name. It says asshole there, but when I go back to look at, yep, I'm still Mr. Proton. I guess I could be behind.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, this is because I don't like not being able to type in the video or the text keep up like it does on StreamYard. That's one thing I do like about it. I can just use StreamYard and I even have to have YouTube open to do a stream.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'd rather be a bald asshole than a drop bear. I don't like hurting people that way. A big ass. Excuse me, sir. That's a capital A in front of asshole.
Oh,
I am a bigot.
oh,
Oh,
sorry.
this just got real. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no. Why do you say that?
I don't know if he's just poking the bear, joking around, or actually feels that the Alphabet Mafia has a point with me using Alphabet Community being a slur or being a bigot. I'm guessing that's what it's from. I didn't fat shame anybody today. That was yesterday listening to Dan fat shame everybody.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Oh. Now, I don't know if Reed is joking around or being serious. If he's being serious, let him have his go. I don't care. If he wants to ask me why I do or say certain things, I don't have a problem answering because finally did the research on it and found out that Alphabet Community is actually quite accepted. And I've actually joined, to tell you the truth. This has a side note. On YouTube, I've joined 3 groups over there. One is the Alphabet Community, one's the Alphabet Mafia. Then there's another one that's the Alphabet Colored Soccer League or something. And I joined it just to find out, to get people's feelings, real people feelings, not, people that, one person throws a fit after me using it for months and then everybody, our handful, jump in. But yeah, there's actually, better yet, let me just get my little paper out. Or not my paper. But there's a website actually too, and I forgot what it's called. I'm looking for it now. Alphabetcommunity, basically.com. I know the easiest way to do it on my community tab. I put that in there one day when I said I was taking my break from streaming. And this might be part of the reason I took a break is because people automatically assuming I'm a bigot, which is fine. I'm a bigot. Yeah, it's called the here we go. Do you mind if I put these in here if you don't want me to
You
Gigi,
can
I
hear me
won't. Okay, there's just a few. Um, if I'm such a bigot, then there's a bunch of people that are part of that community that are bigots using the same term, or there's actually an alphabet crew even. Um, what did I just do with my page? There's over there. Instagram. Trying to find the one that I'm part. Oh, here we go. The Alphabet Mafia, 1.4 or 1.4K members. I'm part of that one, and I'm trying to find the. Oh, here's the Alphabet People Club, which I've never used that one, but there's 4.3 thousand members in there, so they must all be bigots too. Keep on going. Yeah, we'll leave it. I'm actually thinking about doing a stream just about this, and I don't care who gets pissed off about it or doesn't like it. Just and not to even stir shit up personally, but to show that there are thousands and thousands of people out there using these terms. Just like quilt bag. I won't. To me, quilt bag sounds like it would be offensive, but there's a lot of people using quilt bags. I was gonna shave my head so I could get rid of my baldness, but I guess not. So, Mark, are you mad at me, or do you really think I'm a bigot? I mean, serious question. No fight there. Because when I first read that, I'd rather be bald than a big asshole. It's like, oh, wait a second. He said bigot. Yeah. Oh, wait, let me see this one. Oh, there it is. The Alphabet Alliance of Color. Creating networks of support and care for whatever. See, this one I don't get. What is the QTBIPOC in the Puget Sound region? What is Q? I wish they would put up with. Wait. It would be queer, questioning, trans, bisexual, intersectional, I guess. Pansexual. What's O? Let's see. Oh well. What, did everybody get quiet all of a sudden?
Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to see if there's going to be a fight behind the gym at 3:00. I'm eating. Ooh, I love gumbo, but I just don't do seafood. I can do gumbo without like the shrimps and crawdads.
Do you like lobster?
Once in a while, but to me, it's rubber. I can do crab kind of once in a while, but the only seafood I really will eat with no problem are clams. And I don't care if it's clam on the half shells, fried clams, clam chowder. I eat it all. Matter of fact, when I was raised in Florida all over it, but towards the end we lived in a place called Anna Maria Island, just south of St. Pete, and even a little further south from Tampa. But we would actually go out with clam scoops and scoop up the clams. They're different, variety, but Mom used to make clam chowder all the time with it.
Would Dan be here?
Ooh, probably explaining why he didn't do something that he did do.
Yeah.
Will Dan be here?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta. This is funny.
What?
Let me do this here.
What's going on between you and Mark Reed?
I don't know. I don't think he likes me no more, or ever, because I'm a bigot. I guess I can live with that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Some are just bigger and browner.
Sorry about that. But what do you think about?
I think Jen turned Dan phobic.
Yeah.
He's going to pop in there. Maybe she's waiting for the fight, the dumpster fire.
Yeah, he talked to Dan talked about him the other day. Yeah, it was crazy. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll stick with what I said earlier. Buy your fruits. And Dan is definitely a fruit.
Oh,
I just haven't decided which one. Maybe he's a and is and I guess this is just I don't know. I never thought about it, but then is dyslexia? I guess dyslexia would it be a learning disability,
I'm I, I'm not
or is it a
sure.
disease? Or I don't know how you would classify that as.
I'm not sure.
I might have
My
to check it.
cat, my cat gone crazy. She keep on trying to jump on my behind my TV. Last time one of my cats did, I knocked it over. It was crazy. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Let me see.
Uh,
Oh wait. Oh, here we go. Is dyslexic a disability? We'll go with that. Oh, it is. According to this, well, this is like an AI overview, which I don't like this anymore. The way they started doing this. I'll scroll. Here we go. Here's one's legit. It is referred to as a learning disability because dyslexia can make it very difficult for a student to succeed academically in the typical instructional environment, and in its more severe forms will qualify a student for special education. I guess I didn't. I had a buddy that was in special, what we called special needs back in my day, and he's dyslexic. Maybe that's why it was. Huh. Okay. So we should stop making fun of Dan for dyslexia for sure. That's a serious, in my opinion. People do what you want, but I ain't got time to make fun of people with disabilities being a bigot. You can only fit
I
so many
never,
bigot things in here.
I never make fun of someone.
No, I try not to, kind of, but I do. I make fun of myself more than anything, like in real life. And people yell at me, don't put yourself down. It's like, no, how can I make fun of somebody else if I can't make fun of myself? And some of my best material is me. Sorry, I think my mom is getting ready to vacuum. Ugh, I gotta shut my
Oh,
door.
sorry.
Oh, that ain't your
But,
fault. My
but,
mom's inconsiderate with all this.
uh, but, uh,
That is funny. What long run? Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Okay.
So crazy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. Oh, this is what Christian Carpenter said. But,
I go to good boy. Okay. So you learn stuff when you stop and think about it and do some quick Google Bible. It's considered a learning disability. Right. That's what I just was reading. I didn't realize, or not even so much realize. I never thought about it being, if you can't, if it hinders you to learn something, then that is a disability. So yeah, I'm with you there. Dyslexic. Oh, my dogs are in here licking each other.
yeah,
Can dogs be part of the alphabet community too?
uh, uh, my dog, my
Poor dog.
brother's dogs. I was watching the one day. They were there's a boy dog and a girl dog, and the boy dog start to try to hump the girl dog. It was crazy. Did you ever have problems like that? Dogs try to go crazy like that?
I'm the dog whisperer, literally, and I don't know what it is about dogs because they follow me everywhere. So the problem I have with is trying to get them back to go back to where they go. Like if I was out, not that there's a boardwalk around here, but say if I was on a boardwalk, somebody's walking their dog or dogs, some reason they're attracted to me and they have a hard time going away, and they'll bark and act all sad. Not every single time, but for some reason, dogs are really attracted. Well, I should say animals in general.
Oh, you're a lovable teddy bear.
I'm a lovable bigot, um, and animals love me unconditionally.
Oh,
I love
cool.
them.
I seen a picture of the lady walking another lady.
Oh, Mark, that's probably a good question. That could be the next question. Does dyslexia make you lie about people, or is it just a damn thing? Dyslexia doesn't make someone an asshole. So I'm not. So I'm probably not dyslexic, even though I'm an asshole. Good. That's a good thing. That's why I hold him to account. Yeah. Well, the problem that was setting me off about him yesterday is not only. I know I was just making sure TCC, especially when I talk about G-Bus. You haven't yelled at me for that yet, but yeah, I mean, if you are dyslexic, if you are a lot of things, it doesn't give you a right to be an asshole. I'm just an asshole by choice. Okay, I hope that's good. Did you hear that, Mac? I didn't even thought you turn my volume off. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
If she does it again, I'll shut it off. I didn't even think about that. I'm so used to being the clown in the side chat.
That's crazy. And the man Posey. Posey's peace on.
Yeah, I think Mr. Reed isn't talking to me no more. Maybe he left. Mark, come back.
Oh, sorry.
Or was he
about that.
saying that? Or was he trying to say that he was trying to get rid of his bigotness because he's an asshole?
Oh. Oh.
That is funny shit. That's all I got to say.
Oh. Yeah,
I'm not even watching.
crazy.
If Reed's still here and he pops in there asking, I want to know what makes him think I'm a bigot if he's being serious about this, but I think I already called it.
Uh,
Here we go. There's that.
oh,
And now I can't remember what I did with it. Oh, picture. Gallery. There it is.
are you and Miss Mod so friendly?
Yeah, I just saw her last night in the last night's stream.
Oh, that's good. Because a lot of times she gets mad at people getting in fights and stuff. Mainly with Mark, but still. It was crazy. Uh, what,
Okay.
what do you do if you fall into another dimension where you and Miss Mod are married and you're
Oh no! I would keep slipping into a different dimension. Dimension,
oh,
dementia. Then that's what I've got. Dimension. I don't ever want to be married again. Not that it's really that bad. I'm just so used to being single. Yeah. Plus,
what
I
if
wouldn't drag anybody into my world with my medical history, and of course,
oh,
with me being a bigot, I don't want to be that.
married with me? Oh. Or what if you fall into another dimension where you have 100 girlfriends and you're rich?
I wouldn't have 100 girlfriends because I wouldn't be rich. You got to realize, GG, it's usually one or the other. Unless you're so filthy rich, it doesn't matter.
And you own Canada.
I don't want to own Canada. I don't own anything.
Oh,
I want everybody to be what they want to be.
uh-huh. Would you like to be the king of France?
No, because I can't speak French. That'd be kind
Oh,
of pointless.
Oh, what if you? Oh, being said, Dan is incredibly. Oh, yeah. He talked about Jen. Said that Jen said he said that about Big Bad Mama.
Yeah, that set me off the day before. You know, to just and to me with Mark freaking Reed, saying that I'm a bigot without telling me why he thinks I'm a bigot, and then I'm taking and he left, which I think is bullshit. But that's fine. Um, I'm a bigot. We'll leave it at that. I even say I'm a bigot.
Wow.
It's always about Buns of Stone, even when Maud's not here. That's blasphemy. Oh, really?
Wow.
Wait, let's see.
That was funny when you said to Steven that one day. It was so funny.
Well, that doesn't tell me what a bigot is. That's bigotry. I didn't. Oh, I put bigot. I thought I put bigot in. Oh, I'm so bad. Bigot. Here we go. Okay, let's see.
Oh. But
Okay, this is the definition. And maybe I am. Who knows? Wait, let me see. Get the
oh.
second part of that
That,
in. Let's see. Okay, now I got to look at it better. That's the definition of a bigot. A person who is obstinately or unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, especially one who is prejudiced against or antagonistic towards a person or people of the basis of theirs. A basis of their membership of. Okay, yeah. So I must be a bigot. That was. I wish I would have thought of that. I'm so mad that Stoney come up with that one before I did. But see, I misread what he said at first as, like I said, I'd rather be bald than a big asshole. But hell, I can deal with that. Then I had to look at it again and said, "Oh no, he just called me a bigot. I like it."
oh. You guys still fighting?
Who? Me and
You
Mark?
and Reed?
No, we ain't even fighting. He's not here to say a word. He just calls somebody a bigot without rationalization, based upon one person's opinion, I guess, without looking at all the evidence. Just Mark's a gatekeeper. Whether he's here or not. I still like Mark, but he is and has always been a gatekeeper, just like the rest. Oh, how dare you call Trump a bigot? Oh my God, he is our savior, Jens. See, that's one thing I'm lucky that I'm in Indiana, because whether I vote, and I just thought of this the other day because I got into a discussion with my buddy and Larry, who co-hosts with the other show, and I just lost my train of thought or something. Jeez. Maybe I'm starting to wind down. Medication's kicking in. Oh, matter of fact, ooh, it is. Anyway, somebody else needs to come up here and talk, like Missing Maud. I know she has a hard time talking, but she needs to come up here. Somebody's.
Oh, uh, uh, yeah, bigot also means intolerant with other people's views.
Right. I mean, all over a stupid term like alphabet community, but yet no one wants to address the issue where a lot of people, not a lot, there are movements within whatever all those letters are. First off, how many letters should be included, what letters should be included, and now there's people that are like, say, bisexual, that don't want to be uh, lumped into whatever the actual letters are, because, and I can kind of agree with it. If you're bisexual, you're not transsexual, and that's what part of my confusion was when I first was told of the trans community, which I find that as a slur from my back in my days. So I won't say that. Plus, trans person isn't a bisexual person or a pansexual person or yada yada yada. But there is people that want to be separated from that. Because what bisexual would be who you sleep with, not what sex you are. But yet they take a lot of the heat for what goes on. With the gender side of it, which I understand, but you know, I just need to shut up about this. Read Mr. Runoff.
Oh,
That's fucking. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
oh. What about? Have you ever? Do you think? Hmm. Oh, do you think? What if someone's a marcasexual? Oh,
That would be Maud.
okay.
Maud, her love, hate relationship with Mark. Just like I'm an ammo-sexual. I love my guns.
Oh.
Always will.
Are you gonna marry?
I would probably marry a gun before I'd marry a woman, just for the fact that I'm not dragging anybody into my world right now, if ever.
What about a robo woman?
Robo woman? Run-roll?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when RoboCop was so
Or
cool. Now
robot.
I look at it and watch it, and it's so disappointing. Because, I'm surprised they haven't did a remake of RoboCop again with
Oh,
CGI and all that stuff.
They did one
Well,
not
that's
too long
been,
ago.
that's been, God. Let's see, last RoboCop movie. Let's see if that pops it up. Too lazy to think. Here. Oh, 2014. So it's longer than I thought. I was going to say about 5 years. It's 10 years. RoboCop is a 2014 American cyberpunk action film directed by Jose Paniha and written by Joshua Zutenmeyer. It's a remake of the 87 film and the fourth installment of the RoboCop. Yeah, so it's about time for another one. Every other week.
I heard. Oh, last I heard, they were talking about rebooting it, making a direct sequel to part one. What do you think?
Could be. See, they can't do it. They can't. Well, they could. I guess they could do a prequel of. Oh, I forgot his name. Murphy. Yeah, there we go. Murphy. How he was before. Leading up to that moment, maybe. I like the story. That's what I always. I'm kind of disappointed now that I like the story, but now it's just kind of like when I watch Elm Street movies. To me, they used to be so scary, and now they're like, Ruh-roh, Raggy. Rudy. Oh, I can't do that too often. I start making myself cough again. That's what I'm trying to prevent. But
I heard they were even talking about rebooting Freddy.
I don't see the problem I have with life in general is I hate change, and when I have to change, it's even worse. But once I get past that part, no big deal. But I cannot see Freddy being anybody other than what's his. Oh my God, I can't remember. There you go. I love him. To me, nobody. I would not go watch Freddy, even if it's better. I probably would. Yes, I would. But it wouldn't be the same.
I heard they might have him as
really.
Freddy.
That would be kind of cool. At least a cameo. You'd have to have him in a cameo. But see, like for me, one of my favorite movies. Well, I've got lots of favorites, but like Brian's song. It's a song about Brian Piccolo who ended up getting this rare disease, passing away at like 26 years old, a professional football player who played and roomed. Actually, they were the first black and white football players to room together. That they broke the color barrier, but with Gail Sayers, and then they came out with a remake of that years later, and I watched it, and even though the new one was good, I still hated it because it wasn't the first one. It was too much side by side, But when one movie didn't have what the other one did, the original always took, what it should be actual. Or even the only one I can say that I really did like the remake was the Rollerball. The one with James Caan was a lot better than the one with LL Cool J and gosh, what's his name? I can't remember. Can't even picture his face right now. But anyway, but I still enjoyed the second one because it wasn't near, like a redo of the first one. It was kind of the same, a different view telling the story, I guess. And it's, go ahead.
Okay, so in the private chat, can you put your email address for I can anytime I go live, I can send
You
you
got it,
a
buddy. You've
invite.
got. Let me make sure. No, I thought. Yeah, you do. On my Jack. Give me 1 second. I'll put it in there.
Sorry.
I'm not saying I won't put it in there. It's just like, man, because you've sent me one before, but it's been a while, like August 22nd, because I saw it the other day answering
Oh,
trivia emails. Wait, manager?
oh, sorry about that. I don't.
No, you're
I don't
fine.
remember.
No, as I said, don't. Wait, that's not the one I want. Here we go. There's Jack Black. There's Jack Black. Wait, let's go ahead and cut and paste it for you.
Yeah. Is it weird? It's fall now.
Okay. Oh my God. How do I got 47 emails in that? Oh my God. This is ridiculous. This is kind of why I took a break. I'm afraid to look in there. Oh well. Yep, right there. Ghost Man. Here's a link to Brothers Pike. Let me open it up so I can see it. August 22nd. Okay, I wasn't crazy. I will send you the.
Sorry about that. I completely
No, you're
forgot.
good. There you go. Just so you have it to make sure. I was
Thank
wondering because it's like then sometimes you'd send it to me like in comments on like a video. It's like, why didn't you just send me another one? Now you forgot you had it. That's all right.
thank you.
She's all right. Okay, wait. Now I need to go back to manage
Uh,
account.
yeah, Brother Pike's having a show later on tonight.
I'll be there hopefully,
Yeah,
unless I wait. Where's my first
yeah. Sorry about. I completely forgot. I had your.
Oh, you're fine. I'm not worried about it.
Okay,
They
thank
want
you.
me to change my password. I ain't changing my password now. I'll do it when I want.
Oh, Big Bad Mama.
Time to leave. Shut it down.
Oh, Lupin. Oh, sorry, I did. Sorry, Lupin. I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, that's why I said I keep bouncing back and forth between YouTube and whatever that stream or whatever it is.
What's
Oh,
up,
sorry
Gigi?
about.
How you doing?
All right, sorry about that, Lupin.
It's okay. Happens.
How
Why
are you?
don't I? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I bet. Oh,
Is
there we
that
go.
is that as?
Yeah.
No, it's Mr. Bigot. I changed my name.
Okay. You're taking on the bigot of the group.
I am the bigot of the group.
Oh, I think I've had that title a few times.
Yeah, Mr. Mermaid Man.
Yeah. That's like a featherweight belt.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
heavyweight. I'm the king. Ask me, I'll tell you. No, I'm not. Oh, wait, why is my in reverse?
What are you talking about, Gangster Ghost?
uh,
How to
nothing
be a
much.
gangster?
How to be
Uh,
gangster.
yeah,
How to be rawhide.
nothing much. But we talked about all kinds of stuff. It was crazy last night. Wow. Even on the it was all crazy last night. Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh, besides that,
Rod, you're supposed to be coming on stage. Get back here.
I I saw a little bit. I just saw some of Steven's show. That was interesting. A little It got a little out of control.
Yeah, it was all crazy. Like, but looping, likes to take a pooping. How are you been?
I'm doing all right. I'm just watching some, keeping my eye on some things, and just I'm just hanging out right now. I just saw that you were live, and I guess missing Maud. You just taking over her slot today.
I don't know. Brother Pike wanted to do a show earlier, and then we went on from there. Got crazy.
That's cool, man.
What? Uh,
How long does it take Brother Pike to friggin' eat gumbo? Or does he got like a crawdad stuck in the back of his throat? He's there, they're trying to look for find help.
Just never a
uh,
big
uh,
fan of gumbo.
I love gumbo. I just don't like the seafood part of it.
I don't like okra.
Oh God, fried okra is the bomb.
Yeah,
You don't like
no.
soul food, then? That's all I
No,
gotta
I
say.
like soul food. I just don't like okra particularly.
It is an acquired taste. That I get, just like like fried zucchini. Not everybody likes it, but I love it. I just can't have it. I'm not supposed to have as much fried foods. Bad me.
uh, do you think? Hmm, look, are you, that's weird. Are you missing mod friendly again?
I'm always forgiving, but I don't know.
It's crazy and stuff. But yeah. Do you think? Yeah. Hmm, have you? Hmm,
I had a
who?
show last night with AJ. That was uh, it was a show.
What happened?
It took him a while to like kind of acclimate.
Oh,
Have you been streaming for 2 hours?
I guess
Oh,
so.
yeah, it's
Since
11 o'clock. I guess I had. Wow, time flies.
That's
uh,
crazy. Um, yeah, no, I talked to AJ. He was a little bit like offensive or in the defensive for the first couple bits, but we just watched some Trey Smith videos. That'll get him off of Kent Hovind, maybe.
oh, he came on your show. What was it?
Yeah,
Uh, are you two still fighting?
I just live in the moment. If I'm not fighting him currently, then I'm not fighting him. You know, if he
Until
starts,
tomorrow or the next day.
yeah, until he starts something, then no, we're not fighting right now.
Well, I mean, both sides start. Not you and him specifically, but any two people. Usually, it's both sides. You can be respectful for a minute, and then it just the wrong thing triggers the negativity out of a conversation.
Yeah, that's kind of just how life goes.
Yeah,
And I don't know. Some people have less of a trigger, and then I don't know, man, dude. People are just strange over the internet. I'm not just talking about AJ. I have everybody.
right.
Everybody's
There's certain topics that everybody are trigger happy on. I don't care who says what. Whether you internalize it and just keep it to yourself, or verbalize it, it's still there with people. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just what you do with it, in my opinion.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't like. I don't take too much of what's said online serious. It's just
I
sometimes it's a
don't.
waste. Sometimes it's just a waste of time. And if I feel like it's just a waste of time, I'll just waste my time doing something else.
Or just take a break from the whole thing, like I did for a while.
Yeah, but it does draw you back. It shows you how dependent we are, huh?
No, it didn't draw me back. I just seen Gangster Ghost was. Matter of fact, I have. I don't think. I know I did. I thought just the other day I went into Mod's stream finally after like a month. Nothing, for I just needed a break and get away from it. Plus, I finally got to get caught up on the new channel, or the new channel, the other channel, with stuff and refresh myself.
What's your new channel? Or do you want to
It's
say it?
I I'm not going to say it for well with all the BS that has happened over here. I'm not bringing that over there. I mean,
I hear
Larry,
what
my buddy, my
I hear
co-host,
what you're saying.
yeah, my co-host says bring it, and he's got a bigger channel. He's got a channel like with 37,000. Well, then he's been trying to talk me into forever. You know, even when I was with Joe, to come over and start a channel with him, and I told him, I said, there's no way I want to do two channels, like that. Plus my own little one, well, I guess at that time I wasn't even doing anything on it necessarily, but I just, it's two different worlds, even though there's a lot of, because what got this finally got it started is when I went down to his house. He just lives outside of Louisville in, is it Brandenburg or something? Uh, just for it's like an atheist pagan get together. They have them like every so often. It was Larry's time to have it, which
I'll
his
pass.
property is perfect for it. He's got like 20 acres, little pond. I brought down my quad down there, but we're sitting there talking, and with a lot of, because this is a lot of when this alphabet community thing first erupted. Larry wanted to do a show on that because a lot of people in his group are part of that group, or have family members that are part of that group or whatever. And we've had discussions on the other channel about this. And really, most of the feedback was positive, and a lot of what I use now was brought out that night from others. Well, did you know that there's an alphabet.org, channel, that there are lots of, alphabet whatevers, on, like just, they just said, just search YouTube, or not YouTube, search Facebook.
It'll find you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, there's like
I don't even
alphabet
search for
community,
it.
alphabet crew, alphabet people, alphabet mafia.
Yeah.
I'm in part. I've joined three of these just to get people's actual feedbacks.
And you
Uh, uh,
say
uh,
there's an agenda, and you looked at like a hateful, crazy person, but you just tell there's an agenda going on, and it's
yeah.
just you just call it
But
how you see
the
it.
thing about it is what I've got from, especially when I went into the alphabet community, which I think no, the alphabet mafia is the one that's I think like 4,500 or 4.5K, subs. But a lot of them are just like, you know, they don't understand what the big deal is. That they think it's cutesy. The mafia, the one is the one that I started out with, that I changed, thinking, okay, that was really really bad, but it's really become kind of like an anthem for some in the alphabet community, because it was a derogatory time or term, but it's
Yeah,
been recycled, and then they
it's
took it
just
to,
turned into a
yeah,
fascist. It's just turned into a fascist front.
uh,
Like
my girl in the brain is there.
they're very anti free speech, and they're all love until you disagree with them, and then they turn into some of the most violent people.
Some, and I think atheists are some of the most reasonable people there are, but then when it comes to certain topics, they're the most,
Unstable.
pretty much, you
Yeah.
know. And that's not as a whole. And really, it's one person that got this all started. I used the alphabet community for months. No one said a word, and all of a sudden, one person decides that she wants to add it to her little collection of causes and make a deal out of it.
What's up, Tim?
Tim Tim,
In the comments. What's up, man?
do
God
Brandon
bless.
burgers have real? Are there Brandon burgers? No, it's not. It's not Brandon. It's Bren. Oh, wait. Maybe Brad. Oh, I'm about to go look for it now. Gosh darn it.
McDonald's coffee is not. I mean, it's better than no coffee.
I like their tea. It's one of my favorite ones. Oh, wait, there's me. Okay. Crawfordsville, Indiana. There you go. Oh, wait, where's Louisville now? Straight. Okay, there's Louisville. Where's 35? I think it's on 135. Is that the road? Hold on. Okay, there's 135. Oh, that's Bradford. I know you're there. Oh, that's in Indiana still. Dumbass.
You want to put my show on to play, or you want to?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can go to my channel, or I could share my screen. I could share it.
Oh,
Oh,
you can share it if you want.
oh, it is Brandenburg, not Burger. It's Brandenburg. I was wondering why it sounded so weird when he typed it. Brandenburg. No er. Are we doing a review of your show?
I mean, we just played. There's some interesting moments in there. This isn't the one without the war. I don't think I was on the war in this one. This was after.
Oh, the pit king. 200 subs.
Is it sharing?
Yeah, it's sharing. That.
Oh, nerdy, how you doing? This nerdy coming
All
in.
right, all right, all right. Okay, and yeah. So today, I might have a few guests. I may not be the usually how at least not now. You just get completely ignored, and that's it. Because if I just let
Just
you run
fast
up a
forward.
tab,
So
you'll run it up into like
AJ joins.
the hundreds, and or maybe even more. And since you didn't even pay your $15 the first time, since you didn't do it, I don't want to. I don't want anybody to have to, you know, pay for your mistakes that could easily be avoided. Doo, 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 doo. So yeah, like I was saying, AJ's like went off. I'm not sure where he's gone, but yeah, it's been a different. It's a different time now that it has been weeks.
Sexuality.
I don't have a problem with you.
What?
Locked
Yeah.
up in Yeah, I could
Is
hear
that
you.
is that better or worse?
Much better.
Okay. So yeah. So what's the deal? Like, why are you talking shit, bro? What's your problem with me?
I don't have a problem with you.
What do you mean? What do you
What do
mean?
you mean?
Well, you said that in streams about me, you said that I'm disgusting, that I'm a scumbag, that I'm scummy, I'm mentally ill, that I support the killing of children. You said that I'm effeminate. You've lied about my sexuality. You've insulted my girlfriend multiple times. You said that we were broken up twice. So what's up with that? Why are you being so rude to me?
All right. So let me just help you out here real quick, okay?
Okay.
All right. Honestly, I hope you and your girlfriend do well. I hope the best
No,
for
no, no.
you.
Answer my question. Answer my
No,
question.
well, I'm
No, no.
gonna, I'm gonna.
Skip the bullshit pleasantries. Answer the question.
I hope you guys do very well. I hope you guys do well. It's just a little bit confusing with your sexuality, me being a Christian, and then like, what is bi? Is that just like kind of late? If you want me to pause it anytime, you can let me know.
I've got a question before we really get started on this. To get
Well,
uh, was this just basically you two getting together, and it's just an impromptu thing, and he was just upset with something that you would have said, sort of thing?
yeah, this is just my live.
Okay.
This is a live stream, and there's a.
Yeah, I didn't know if this was a hey, let's get together and resolve this and go on, or this just happened that he was mad at you for something. And okay, fair enough.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Lazy, you'll take what you
No,
get.
no, 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 no. Answer the question.
I never insulted your
Why
girlfriend.
did you? Why? What's your fucking problem with me?
I've never insulted your girlfriend. I have a problem with
Yes,
you.
you did. Yeah, you did.
I said that your girlfriend should probably handle the decisions because you act effeminate and you're kind of female in your way of thinking. And how you're acting right now is almost like a female way of like acting, like you're being irrational. Like just take it down a couple notches here.
Hey, Lupin, are you a virgin?
Why do you want to know that?
No, answer the question.
Why do I need to?
Because you like to talk about my sexuality, so let's talk about yours.
What if I don't want to?
I don't. Then you're a scared pussy.
I don't know why that's even important or part of the conversation.
And you won't talk about it. Are you a virgin? Yes or no?
Okay, so if I just don't feel like it, then I'm not, but it's none of your business.
Talk about yours.
I don't. We don't need to talk about your sexual history.
Why have you been doing it that then?
Well, we have this thing called freedom of speech in America. You could talk about whatever you want to talk about. I could talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Well, I want to talk about whether or not you've ever had sex.
Okay. Well, that's kind of weird. I don't talk to other people online about these kind of things. So I mean,
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
we could change the topic,
No, no, no,
or
no, no, no.
we could
Answer the
keep at.
question. Have you ever had sex?
Like, you're in the wrong place of authority to try and get me to answer the question. Really, what we're going to talk about today was psychedelics and things like DMT. Would you rather talk about that, or do you want to just keep pushing this question that I'm telling you I'm not
I'd
going
be
to
more
answer?
than happy. I'd be more than happy to talk about that. DMT. I'd gladly talk about it. I would just
Okay.
like you to answer the question, yes or no.
Okay. You know what? I'll answer the question one time,
Okay.
and then I'm not going to answer any other questions about it.
Okay.
This is don't waste your questions on silly stuff like that. Of course, no, I'm not a virgin. So there you go. Cat's out of the bag, guys. I'm not a virgin. Oh, there's a Christian who has had sex out of marriage. I mean, what? I mean, it's just who would have fathomed, Um, I'm not the best looking person out there, but I can pull.
I think you're. I don't really think that.
It does all help you're doing right. It's kind of weird. Buddy, taking the better when idiot dude has to say online. Like that would be a
Sure. Yeah.
and
Easily.
I mean, we're
But you,
just
you know, you don't have a
with
car or a
this.
driver's license, so it's not. But
So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to go, I mean, you guys accuse me of calling you liars, but I mean, that's what you're doing. You're continuously lying, and I don't have to prove anything to you.
how am I lying? What did I
You
lie
just
about?
you just made two lies up like right now. I don't have a
What about
car.
your license?
I don't have a car, and I don't have a
Okay.
license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show your license right now. Then prove it.
Hell, absolutely not. Show. Well, I'll show you my license.
You could cover up the personal info.
Yeah. Let's see. I get nervous, but can you see driver's license? Do you see it? That's about as much as you're gonna get. That's my license. Believe it or not. So yeah, and that is a Texas driver's license. Does that satisfy your question on now whether do you want me to go outside and show you my? And it's like no, you.
Is the one who caused all this pain and destruction to her ass. So she tried to trampling on the child. So now the father turned from gynecologist to police officer. He tried to stop the mother from kicking him in the face with her ass. So he kicked the mother back in the ass. Now he's protecting the child from the mother until she coming back to her senses and she understanding that this is normal. This is childbirth. Don't kill your son, stupid. After a long battle of waking up the wife, waking up the son, and fighting the wife to protect the son, she finally come back to her senses and she is now ready to feed him.
You know what I'm saying, dude? Life is just.
What happened?
What the heck?
I just took it off.
Oh,
I just thought it was pretty funny. I didn't want to take over the stream.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know you guys had a stream last night. What time was it?
What's up?
Or what time did you have a stream last night?
Hold on, I can't hear you. 1 minute. What?
Oh, what time did you guys have a stream last night?
7:30 or 9 o'clock or something.
Oh, that's crazy. Uh,
well, Lupin, atheists want to know: are you a virgin? I'm kidding. I
oh,
personally don't care, but I understand where AJ's coming from. If to me, it's the same thing, and nothing against you, Lupin. I do. Whether people like this or not, I don't care if they get pissed off at me. You'll always have a place in my heart because you're one of the few ones that actually offered to pray for me, and actually do it right then and there.
And I'll continue to do it, man.
And I appreciate it. So at least you were willing to do the extra step. But with that being said, to me, this is no different than what Dan did yesterday with the. I'm not going to get back into the topic of Aiden and all that. You can't act like you're innocent when you're talking about other people, and then not expect to not be talked about. Otherwise,
I don't know what we're talking
about.
I don't know what we're talking about. Are we talking about something that happened between Dan? But
no. But with Dan yesterday is that he had an issue with Aiden, and vice versa, which it set me off.
Oh, whenever they were arguing for like 45 minutes, and it wasn't really arguing; it was just over talking. It was a waste of time.
Yeah, there's a couple times that you do that, but whether this is internet or not, you don't drag other people's, especially like girlfriends, in. I mean, whether me, you got to remember, Luke, and me and AJ have a history too that we didn't talk and don't talk, or have our little back and forth. But
So
you
then,
know,
why do they always bring up Ken Hovind's wives and get into other people's business? And then you're saying it's
because
unfair
that's a
for
matter
guys
of
to do
public
that?
opinion or public record.
So what if they put their stuff out in public? Is their stuff now
Okay,
public? Is there now
so if
stuff
somebody
subject to
murders
public
you,
opinion?
if somebody
No, you're
murders
not going to get into no murder analogy here. That's not how it works. Anyway,
Lupin,
I'm gonna go.
it wouldn't take much for
I'm gonna
somebody
head
to
out
want to do
anyway.
that to you.
I'm gonna head out. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
But the
about
thing
that.
about it is, you don't talk about other people, especially if they're
All right,
not
I gotta
theirs.
go. I don't care too much when people tell me what I can and
Well,
can't
then
talk
then
about. This
leave
is
then and
America. I am
continue
gonna
just
leave. I am gonna leave. I am gonna
okay. Bye
leave.
bye.
Goodbye.
See ya. Bye
I'll
bye.
keep you in my prayers. It was a
Goodbye.
good
Thank
talk.
you. Bye
Talk to you
bye.
later.
If you
Talk to
can't
you
be a
later.
real
Thanks for
man, then
joining
be a
us.
child.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us.
You haven't
Yep,
left yet, Lupin. Come
I
on,
know because
faster.
I'm
Get
doing
out.
my
I'm telling you
stuff.
what to do.
See, this is weird. This is like a characteristic I see from atheists. This is weird behavior. All right. Bye.
Thank you
And
for.
and you're doing that same characteristic that I see from theists that want to play dodgeball because they think they're the best dodgeball captains in the world.
Uh, yeah, that was crazy. Uh,
And I'm not white knighting for AJ either, by the way, for anybody. I'm just saying that's just common courtesy.
wow.
You need to talk about somebody, and I'm not there. Talk about me. I can handle it. There's not much that I take serious on the internet.
Oh, uh, yeah, that was crazy. But uh,
You're speechless.
yeah.
Oh, and nerdy. Praise the virgin gods. He's a born again virgin. I might as well. No, I am. Yeah, I already said. I was a virgin, so we can't
Oh, here's this one
go back on that.
guy with a flat earther said he's a born
Wait,
again flat earther.
I'm trying to look for it, AJ. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Mark
Yeah,
put it up
right.
there. Ooh, I barely got that.
I found it.
So who got it in there first? Oh, you beat me. On my screen, it shows that yours went in first.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. How's Nikki still in here? I thought he left. Oh, no, I was trying to look at the old one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. I looked at YouTube. Follow text. That's, I don't know. I don't.
Oh,
Popcorn. Okay, who's next? Why is that one? Oh, because I got it on pause. No wonder. It's like it still shows Lupin in here. Okay, now he's gone. Now I feel better. Okay.
wow, that was crazy.
Woosah. Well, I don't understand though. If somebody's going to spew something, including myself, if you're going to spew something right, wrong, or indifferent, at least have the cojones to at least talk about it, or don't talk about it. Run away from it. I guess is the solution for some.
Wow, that was crazy. Wow. This morning show went crazy.
Right, but they all do eventually, gangster. You should know that by now. Like I said, all it takes is just the wrong thing, and he would have kept on doing whatever he did, I'm sure, until I actually, I can't keep my mouth shut. That's my problem, and I admit that freely, whether it's a fault or not. But if you're going to try to sidestep what the true issue is, I will make sure you try to get back on track. And I think AJ had a valid point. There's certain things you do and don't talk about. Now, if AJ was the one that brought it up, then that'd be one thing. But for him that's weird though. I just don't get in. I don't care about what people, whether they really have boyfriends, girlfriends, or having sex or not sex. That's not, I'll joke about it.
What if they're attracted to pans?
There you go.
Is that what pansexuals are?
No, I'm see that pansexual is one I had problems with forever because when I was game, I still game, but I was in a clan for Ark, or yeah, tribe, or no, the clan. I don't remember what we called them. Tribe. There we go. Um, there's a girl in there that said she was pansexual, and I was curious. And this is before I ever came to YouTube. This is like several years ago. She said she was pansexual, and I said, "Well, okay, what's pansexual? If you don't mind that." And she said, "Well, it's blah 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 blah." And the way she said it, it sounded like basically bisexual. And I said, "So you're talking about like bisexual?" And she said, "Yeah, kinda." Well, not knowing that that's really not the real definition of it, it was jester. I did a stream on the Alphabet Community. That's not I took down long, like an hour after I put it up, but just needed an event. But I was talking to Jester, and he's pansexual. And once he explained to me what pansexual, it made sense, but I couldn't give it justice of the definition unless I looked it up. But the way he put it just made so much sense that, yeah, okay, it's kind of bisexual, but it's not. Totally different. The same, but different.
What if Miss Maud's marcasexual?
I don't care who is, what they do in their bedroom is their business. What they identify as their business, and I'll try to respect it as much as I can.
What if they identify as you?
Then they're crazy. They should identify as somebody way better than me. But see, here it says pansexuality is sexual, romantic, or emotional attachment towards people of all genders, or regardless of their sex or gender identity. Pansexual people may refer to themselves as gender blind. Oh, that's what that. Okay. I heard somebody say that the other day, and I was kind of confused about that. And that makes sense now. Asserting that gender and sex are not determining factors in the romantic or sexual attraction to the other. And if AJ's in it, because I'm not looking at, he might be able to clarify. And that's where I had the problem with the bisexual, because bisexuals, they are attracted to others, or, without referring to with gender not being considered. Wait a second. How do they put this? Asserting that gender and sex are not determining factors in romantic. I'm not even going to try. I'll blow it past then. I'm just not qualified. But for me, maybe that's if there's a question of what's the difference between. Well, there's one. Okay, what's a demisexual? I've heard of that, but I never looked it up. But anyway, wrong one. Pansexual and demisexual. I get so lost in all this. And then we got omnisexual and pansexual, pangender. See, and that's what I consider myself. I am a sapiosexual, which basically means I am attracted to highly intelligent, or just intelligence in general. I'll just leave it at that. There's a whole bunch of these that I've never heard of, like reciprocal sexual, notisexual, scoliosexual, spectrum. Okay, I give up. I'm saving that because I'll look at it later. But God is pansexual. I don't know. Don't know. I just wish I could remember. I guess I could. No, I'm not going to play it. It took me a while to find the video for it. But just the way the Jester explained it was perfect.
What if they're, I don't know.
Well, and it does get kind of, and I don't want to say crazy in a bad way, but just kind of, mind-boggling for, if I can remember which one it is. I'd have to go to, where's the quilt bag at? Here we go. Yeah, it's my save page that has all these on there, and it has it on there. Whoop, quilt bag. Here we go. Nope, that's not the one I need. I need the trans, there it is, the trans language. But there's one, I can't remember what it was. Not gender queer. That it's like you can. Hold on, let me read this kind of part. Wait. Or maybe non-binary is the one I was talking about. Oh well, I'll save this for another day because. Oh, here we go. Actually, I'm not gonna. You can't handle the truth, Aiden. I wasn't trying to run him off. I really didn't. I was trying to have a serious discussion with him. He just doesn't like to be told when he's wrong.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Lubin needs to get used to his betters being better than him.
Wow, that was crazy.
Well, aren't these people gonna? When somebody come up here, I don't want to keep talking. I'm scared. I'm shy. I'm a shy, scared guy.
Uh, is it? What do you think that Stephen them said that evolution is a religion?
Illusion.
A religion, or they believe in the flying spaghetti monster. Oh, is
Well,
that true?
atheism. There's a lot of things people want to claim are religion, such as atheism, science, things like that, and there's just no belief system with atheism. That's all it is. What gets me is when you get these people who think they know so much about atheism, and well, I know how to get this, and they start throwing in, well, then how do atheists deal with the Big Bang or evolution or abiogenesis? And it's like those things have nothing to do with atheism. Atheism answers one question and one question only: whether somebody has a belief in God or not, and to what degree, maybe. It's not right through it. Ooh. Oh, tube tires. I remember those. Yeah, what's weird is this day and age, they don't, a lot of places don't, like even put a boot on a sidewall. Back in my day, that's what I worked as in high school. I worked in a tire shop for my buddy's brother for years. Tractor tires, combine tires, truck tires.
Where'd Aiden go? Aiden done dropped out of the book club.
I guess so. But
Aiden, you gay? Come back to this book club.
He said, "You're gay. Get back to this.
Get back." Wait a
Get
minute.
back, because you're gay. Yes, we're going to
Yeah.
deconvert you."
Yeah.
oh, Brother Pike, you miss Lupin.
Well, at least there's a silver lining.
Yeah, he's the righteous howler.
He is the righteous howler. No, yeah, he's the holy howler.
Uh-huh.
When he sees the full moon rise, he leaps for the skies.
Uh-huh. We'll eat some pies.
When the night is clear, he shall appear.
Or if you confront his lies, he wants to fly.
Mm.
Wow, that was crazy. But wow, that's crazy.
Have you
So
repented,
thank you guys
Mr.
for the.
Christian?
What'd you say?
Have you repented from eating shellfish?
I'm getting around to it. I just finished. Give me
Well,
some
you better
time.
hurry up and repent, because Gigi said he was going to kick you off of here if you didn't repent soon, because he
Look,
could smell the gumbo.
we were at I did get gumbo. Look, we were at Papa Do's.
Wimps.
I had the gumbo. I had the fondue. I had the crawfish etouffee. Oh my god, it was so good.
Wow.
Dude, it's so good. It's like unreal.
Guess Christians is going to hell with me eating shellfish.
Their crawfish etouffee. No, I'm pretty sure somebody prayed over it based on the way it tasted.
Oh, yeah. And it was kosher killed, right?
It was farmed somewhere in Backwood, Louisiana.
Yeah. And they got a rabbi. See, what's funny is we not funny, ironic or similar is we had a 400 head veal barn, and we do 200 at a time. Well, we actually did all 400, but it was a double ended, and in the middle is where you would have your shop for mixing the feed and that. So you'd have, like, say 8-week-old calves on one end, and maybe brand new ones coming in, or ones getting ready to go out. So you staggered them, a little bit. But I went to as a kid. Oh, I was so traumatized for a minute, but then I got used to it. But went to the slaughterhouse, and they actually had at one of them. And I want to say that's the one that was in Holland, Michigan. They had a rabbi there that would do the cutting. So obviously,
Are you serious?
Yeah, they had several. They would pray over them, and then all of a sudden, they would take the air gun and pop them in the head. The
Oh
rabbis did
my
the killing.
god.
Then they cut the throat to bleed them out, so they didn't suffer properly. And they would be hung by their hoofs upside down.
Dang.
Um, and really, the only difference between that and the other one was you just take out the rabbi, and you had some guy standing there in the same kind of smock, in Illinois, just taking the air gun and popping them in the head, sort of thing. But it was an experience for probably like 13 or 14. Um, and seeing what life was about. But yeah, I do know what kosher killings are now.
So what did freaking Lupin have to say?
Bye.
Oh, that's good.
Something about him and AJ. AJ had a beef with him, and I was quiet during all this, and then pretty much Lupin's backpedaling, and so I finally had to, because to me it sounded a lot like the whole Dan and Aiden thing yesterday. So I kind of, pushed, give him just a little bit, not even a lot. Well, I'm not talking about it. I don't like people telling me what to do, and then left. Like, okay, you do that.
Yeah, I would have loved to have not been here when Lupin was here.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same, but less. Maybe he's Miller Lite now. Less filling, no taste.
Oh, you serious?
That's more like Bud Light.
I'm back. Hold on. I got to connect you guys to the car because I'm following GPS.
BBS?
Yeah,
What's BBS?
the GPS.
GPS.
Global Positioning System. All right, let me see what happens when I car it up. Can I? Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Oh no, you got to do Adele. If you're gonna do a hello song, it's got to be Adele.
I just thought about that. I just thought about it as I was doing it.
Hello.
Hit it.
I ain't gonna do it. I
Girls,
ain't gonna
hit
win this.
hallelujahs. Girls, hit your hallelujahs. So the other day, my dad's got a Land Rover, so I was coming up here the other day to drop it off because it had an oil change or something. Now it was a cooler thing, a coolant thing. So he took it to the Land Rover dealership because it's always serviced by Land Rover. That's the whole reason he bought it. Blah blah blah. Records. And so I was on the phone with Aiden, and I was like, "Oh, they're going to charge him like $1 billion to fix whatever stupid little nonsense this is." And he's like, "Yeah, I know they will." So we came back to pick the Joker up to fix the coolant leak. What do you think they charged him to fix the coolant leak?
Well, shouldn't have been that much, but being a Land
$47.
Rover, what's a Land Rover? That's what you get for buying quality, I guess, or not.
$4,700.
Holy sheesh!
Brother
Yes.
Pike, what is your? Can you put your email in the private chat?
I can when I'm not driving in Atlanta traffic.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Stop in the middle of the road. This is more important. Just
I mean,
tell
it
the
is
cop
Atlanta.
when the cop stops, ask why you're stopped in the middle of the interstate. Say, "I'm trying to burp up my gumbo."
Dude, that seafood gumbo, it had that spicy dark roux. Oh, man.
Oh, I love that shit.
So good.
See, I love the gumbo. I just don't like the seafood part of it. But like when I go over to my buddy's house and he makes it in Indiana, he just leaves out like the shrimp and the crawdads, and sometimes they put the fish in it, and just basically I keep the sausage. I'll do the sausage all day long. I'm not going to say that. That's a clip for somebody. Well, look at asshole saying he likes sausage, and preferably Pike sausage.
I'll do the sausage all day long. Dan, I hope you're listening.
And Mark Reed wants to call me a bigot. How can I be a bigot if I'm like sausage?
That's pretty good. So, anyways, Papa Joe's has the best crawfish etouffee this side of the Mississippi.
Uh,
Yes, this is a cooking channel.
This was a book club earlier, and it shout. If you people will listen, you'll understand that earlier we told you that in November we're doing Lewinsky, a Monica story.
And
But
if I
until
remember, I tell you this, let me clarify or make it crystal. Aiden said that would be 2027 because you would be having, what was it, a heart attack or cornea or whatever from dealing with the first one.
What he was trying to say was that that's when he graduates and he can attend.
Oh, and that's just kindergarten.
Yeah.
On his scooter.
That sucker, he almost crashes into people every single day. We'll be on the phone and he'll be like, "Hey, watch your dog, get out of the way." And I'm like, "You're the one driving."
On the sidewalk, probably.
Just walking. You're the one driving. He's ready to fight everybody in Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Maybe that's why he's going to get kicked out of Canada.
I mean, that sounds like a blessing to get kicked out of Canada.
I'd like to go back and visit Canada, but to live, no.
I'm going to go visit Aiden one day just to see if he ever read that book I sent him.
Oh, are you going to go on visiting days?
Yeah, like
are you going to be his prison spiritual leader?
Yeah, like when parents come to the school, you know.
You know, Aiden's going to get arrested for running some dog over. That's got to be some kind of offense up there in Canada, even.
I'm telling you, every time that Joker's on that scooter, he's about to hit somebody.
Because they don't pay
attention. And it's always their fault. I've never heard Aiden be like, "Oh, it was my fault. I wasn't paying attention." It's always their fault. Always.
Now, to be honest, have you ever heard Lupin say it was his fault?
Like, how long's that building been there?
Yeah. You mean the one that said erected in 1902?
That's Aiden every day on a scooter.
Yeah, so he doesn't blow tires out. He rams something and they pop.
No, he wears tires out. That's what he does.
Poor kid. I'm more worried, and I brought this up earlier, and I never noticed it with Aiden so much, but today I did when he talked. I was afraid he was going to pass out because it was like he was talking and not breathing. You know, it was
the air is thin in Canada. I'm sure you know that.
It is.
Brother Pike, what's your email address?
My email address is, I'm going to type it, Logan, because I know there's a lot of trolls out there.
Yeah, smart. Not that I care.
I'm on the internet. Let me see. It's okay to type in your site, right?
Yeah, in the private chat.
It won't be your fault anyway. It'll be the dog's fault you ran into him.
Yeah, right. All right, hold on. I'm going to see if I can do it without dying to death.
Yes. Tomorrow we'll be having a stream memorial to Christian Gumbo Pike. Sausage boy.
They're going to use that clip like 100% for sure.
Famous.
The other day, Achilles wanted to show me, what a real, genuine, lovely, sincere child of God he is. And so I was in the room as the fruit inspector, which is one of my many hats that I wear.
Yeah, I see that.
He was like, "Hey, why don't you come inspect this banana?" And I was like, oh yeah, so you're like 9 then. You're about 9. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll send you an invite to be a co-host, Brother Pike.
I think we did.
You should have told the bananas are for Ray Comfort, not for you, or real Christians.
We did our inspection, but I had to reschedule it because I didn't have a microscope.
No, that's a sausage inspector. You're the wrong field. Were you looking at mustard seeds?
Like, what a thing to say for someone who's always like, "Oh, we're the righteous channel. We're the holy channel." Yeah.
Well, see, and that's what I said earlier, not to kiss your butt or anybody else's, or like Mark, because you Mark and Gigi are the 3 examples that I used. Is if these guys have a ministry and they're trying to really sincerely win souls to Jesus, they're going about it the wrong way.
Yeah. They're going about
whereas
it.
I know I'll never, not to talk over you, I'm about done for real. But like for me, being an atheist, I know I'll never, go back to being a believer. But if I were, it would be people like you, Gigi, and Mark, just the way you talk, the love, the concern, and not the attacks. If that makes any sense.
No, I understand. And I appreciate you saying that. You know, the thing is, like, if we're going to get serious for a minute, I still wish that things were better. Like, I still wish that a lot of the drama could have been avoided. I still wish that a lot of the things that were said could be unsaid. Like, I don't revel in any of that. And for a long time, it just kept me up at night, and I didn't know how to fix it. And eventually, I had to just accept the fact that this is just how some of these guys are. Like, it's not us. If it was anybody else, it'd be the same situation. There are some people over there that I really believe are sincere. And there are other people over there that I think are not. And it doesn't matter how much I wish things were better. That's just how they are.
Right.
And that's kind of a hard thing to swallow because I'm one of those people who wants to fix everything.
Right.
And you can't fix everything.
Well, the old adage, you can only please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please everybody all the time is definitely true on the internet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's true in life,
you know. Plus, for me as an atheist, it would be nice to have, say, more people in a room, not even as an atheist, but just for the communication or conversation, and not just fighting every single day.
Well, I don't even know why they use the phrase open panel because they haven't had an open panel in 2 years.
Right. And that's why I've never even been in there. Wow, this is kind of quinky dinky. Dan McClellan just released a video responding to the bad argument for the KJV. Maybe there is a God.
What in the world?
I swear, hold on. I love Dan McClellan.
I do want to do that show. I do want to do that show with you because Logan's been asking me to talk about Bible translations for a while, and I just can't get myself like excited about doing it. But if I had somebody else to talk to, it might, help.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm all for it. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I can only add X amount, but it'd still be a good topic.
I'm not anything resembling an expert, but I think Logan wants to have an episode of his show where that is discussed.
That'd be nice. Yeah. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
yeah, the link I just put in is with Don McQueen. I haven't even looked at it yet. He just released it. If I turn my sound down, maybe the echo will be less.
I'm so full, I don't even want to drive. I wish cars were already self-driving.
They are. It's called your knees.
That's what I've been using.
I always do.
What did you say, Logan?
And by being co-host on there, Mark?
Yeah, but I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it when I get home, Logan. I'm on the highway right now.
Okay. Oh, is it Highways of Ministry?
Yeah, we're on. Actually, it's funny because I am on the highway home, and my ministry is called Highways of Home. So yes, it's quite coincidental.
Wow. I've been on here for 2 hours.
Yeah, mods streaming.
Yeah. If you guys need to shut it down, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just set it up with Gigi, and I'll be there.
I will. I'll figure out what works best for me as far as schedule, and I'll get with you.
Yeah, because I'm pretty well open.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be on stage with a theist. I'm going to burn. You will get done today.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Gigi, for having the room today. I needed it.
We do have a show tonight. To anybody who's still listening, we're doing a proper teaching tonight.
Yeah.
On fat shaming.
Yeah, we're gonna fat shame some people. So y'all keep it real. Stay thin, slim. Don't get fat.
And leave the sausage to Christian.
Thanks.
Bye. See you guys.
Thank you. As you're welcome anytime.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Gigi.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you, Brother Pike. Bye.